Welcome back to Creative Crits!
Yeah.
We are an online social tabletop role-playing game community. Be sure to follow us on our Discord, Twitter, our social. If you're watching us right now on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching us on Twitter, be sure to follow us, because we've got a lot coming up. For instance, during this game, we will be doing a giveaway of two 10d20s made by Mithril Armory.
10d20.
They look just like this.
They're so shiny.
Go ahead and take a look, guys. They're pretty cool.
Is this hollow?
Yeah.
It is hollow.
That is crazy.
Which I didn't even notice until I picked up the dice. It's extremely light.
They catch the light.
Oh my gosh.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Look at that.
No,
Nice.
I've set all my metal dice aside for that reason. I mean, they're beautiful, but I can't read them. The numbers don't make any sense. They just keep getting fancier. Be sure, if you're watching now, to also follow us to watch for an episode of Collad happening next Sunday. And Creative Crits will be showing up to Genghis Khan this year, the 25th of February, where I'll be hosting a live game, and we'll have much more happening as well.
We also have this beautiful dice tower.
Oh, yes. C4 Labs sent us this amazing dice tower and dice tray. It's vegan leather, I think it is.
Vegan leather. And
totally sustainable.
Cherry.
Delicious.
And,
Indeed.
I don't remember what the other wood is. But
Cherry and ebony.
It looks phenomenal.
It really, like...
It's so
How does it sound?
Oh, there it is. Oh!
And another one!
Well, get out of the way.
Yeah, lucky we haven't started yet.
Yeah. Although.
But now let's do.
Yeah.
When we last left off, our heroes, aside from Johnny Dynamite, who had been kicked out of the painting prematurely, had all been fighting a gargantuan goose that has just finished crushing Grant Left Hand, Saybell, and Brie Camembert into the muck of the ground below.
Yeah.
not my finest goose combat related moment.
Our story starts off in those very just barely conscious moments as Grant. You can feel the warm muck of the earth hugging in around you. Air escaping your lips. You can feel a massive weight of some horrible feathered beast just probably sitting on you. And you're surrounded by darkness.
Some people are into that.
Not me.
That is when you start to notice, you start to feel a tingling on your skin. You see this light blue glow start lifting off through the earth down below you. You can still feel that you're solidly locked in place, but it almost begins to look ephemeral, as if there's open air.
Do I smell
of
toast?
Multitudes of colors around you. Do you smell what?
Do I smell toast?
You don't smell toast.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
And you know that that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Because toast is a bad sign.
It's a big step for you, knowing things.
Shut up.
You don't know a whole lot, especially of where you are right now and why you're not dead. But what you don't know, you see.
Now,
As this glow builds, you start to see the faint outline of a humanoid silhouette down below you.
to be fair, I've never been dead before, so this might just be what it's like.
That's true.
A very rational thought that crosses Grant's mind as he looks down through the earth and sees this glowing visage of a humanoid form. You see no eyes, but you can tell it's looking at you. And then it extends its left hand out.
Okay.
You just shake it.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check. You begin to immediately move your hand outward, and as you do, you can feel the muck and the churn of earth that you're still stuck in.
It's going to be 2 plus 5, so a 7.
A 7.
It's gonna work out today.
You reach out, and that image is blinding. Immediately you feel like your body is flipping over end and being just throttled about by this massive amount of bludgeoning weight. You see the silhouette is closer now, almost up against you, as finally you stop spinning and you're locked in place for a moment. And as it holds out its hand once more, you can tell that the only reason that you're still alive is because of it.
So are you God?
It extends its left hand.
Yeah, why not?
Roll with advantage.
Okay.
That's plus 5, 16.
16!
Hey, that's what we needed.
Grant, you begin just pushing the earth around you as you try and reach farther towards the silhouette. And as you do, moving physically through the earth, you see you grow no closer to this image. But you thrust out your left hand, and its palm opens and extends. And as it does, it flares through and matches your own.
Yeah.
High-fiving you, Davey. Yeah.
You then feel extremely nauseated and sick, as does everyone else that is currently stuck in the earth, being crushed under the weight of a giant goose.
There's nowhere for my barf to go.
It's like scuba diving.
Can I barf?
You can feel all of your body begin to tingle as color pulls away from it and empties into a swelling in your throat. And just like that, you arrive outside of Pentiment, outside of the painting, back in the empty black space kept within the suitcase. You have some lasting wounds on your body, some deep fatigue. But physically, from just a glimpse, nothing too harmful, and certainly you're not dead. One other person is here. Who else but Early Gregory, who, just as you leap out from the painting, you can see him standing there with eyes wide looking at the three of you, or the two of you and one large cheese knife that is currently in Sabel's hand.
Yay! That's epic.
Oh! That is, yes!
Yes!
With the hood and everything.
With the hood!
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I went through with it. I made it.
That's amazing.
Okay, so, but Bree is smaller now.
Bree is small and in
Bree.
your hand as a cheese knife.
Bree, are you okay? Hey, I don't know how to do CPR on a knife.
Mike!
There's a blinding sound in my head.
Whoa! What?
Where am I?
What's
I
happened?
can't move.
What? You're back early, says Early Greg.
Goose.
A goose?
Why can't I move?
What is that?
I can't move.
The knife.
Can you hear
The
me?
knife begins just thrashing and twitching in your hand before, you notice Bree talking to you in your mind, kind of echoing in your metal frame.
Bree, is that you?
Oh, you can hear me. Why are you so big?
This is my normal size.
Bree, what you are currently experiencing, once you were pressed into the ground, suddenly you were lifted. You felt as if all the shine off of your body simply withered away and dispersed into nothingness, only to now return once again cold and almost one-dimensional. The entire world around you feels distant and ultimately uncaring. You feel largely removed for the first time that you could ever describe in comparison with anything that you've experienced in Pentiment.
So welcome to reality.
Am I dead? Am I dead? Did I die?
No, this is just what reality feels like.
Okay.
I hate it!
Sorry, says Early Greg. Goose, explain more, please.
Oh yeah, with footwear.
On the head.
Yeah, I guess it was a hat.
Honestly, it was the boot that was mean. The goose was nice.
Aha, I see. Well,
Who is that?
what are you gonna do about it?
Oh,
His name is Early Greg.
Early Gregory.
Yes, that's me.
Meet Bree.
A knife?
Yeah,
Hi.
they're quite effective.
Bree,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Hi.
Oh, okay.
Grant.
Anyway, did you make any money while you were in there?
Well, this is
Like
now.
this last time, there was a goose.
There-
There were goose-related turbulence. Didn't really get a lot.
It's the most terrifying monster I've ever
Just
faced.
a goose.
Um,
And what happened with the goose exactly?
No, he rinsed us. He ran the tables, man. It was ugly out there.
It hurt a lot.
Early Greg laughs. Oh, a goose.
Here,
I mean, I know you fellows have had your trouble,
It
but
was the most terrifying monster I've ever seen. It was immense, and it had this helmet, this metal terrible helmet, and when it honked, the entire world rattled. I've never been more scared in my life.
hey,
Ow!
rude.
what was that?
It's this Brie Camembert.
It's I don't want it anywhere near me again.
Why you threw me? Ow!
Anyway, fine. Goose. Okay, no problem. Here, I'll go in and take care of it.
What?
Looks like you're all quite heavily fatigued. I don't know what's hanging off of you. What's wrong with your hand? And Grant, that's when you look down and notice your left hand.
Oh dear.
Please roll me a d8.
5.
Your hand looks like it has been dipped in bright blue paint. It tastes like your hand, Grant.
Okay.
What? Is it flavored? What?
I didn't know.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
Is this good?
Probably. Anyway. Listen, if a goose is going to be problematic for you, then I'll go in and see what I can take care of. You can come in afterwards and
Whoa, hey, if he goes in there, he's gonna die. You should tell him if he goes in there right now, he's gonna die.
The knife says you're gonna die.
from the goose.
From the...
Go for it,
yes,
man.
yes, from the
Okay,
goose.
what part of this painting was the goose from? And Earl kind of waves his hand over Pentiment.
I was unaware we were supposed to know parts of...
You've so far you've entered in twice, and it was always in a very locally recognized sort of area. You know that where you fought the goose was practically on the other side of the Concoctian Empire. Who knows where in the painting specifically?
The knife probably knows better how to describe it. Knife?
Bree,
It's on the
Bree,
other
we're not switching to object speak with the friends.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Bree.
Yes. It was in a corner of the Concoctian Empire, kind of on the outskirts. Is that the painting you guys were talking about?
Concoctian.
It's on the corner of the thing.
Okay, sure. I'll need a weapon. What's that? No, not that. Not that.
Okay.
How about that? He says, pointing at the rapier.
Yeah, basic. It's useless to me anyway. I don't really care about it.
Thank you. Far from useless.
He's insane.
Anyway,
He's actually
here
gonna go in there.
he says as he scrapes a piece of the paint that's all along the frame.
Pretty honestly, like, the worst thing that happens is we get free housing out of this, so.
Good. It's nice seeing you guys again, he says as he winks and ingests the paint.
Anyone notice he's kind of a little more fresh with us?
Early Greg spills of all of his colors as they fill into his mouth, and he is gone in an instant. You are left in the darkness, a void in the suitcase with the stairs leading up.
So, this is your world. It's,
Oh, this is
very
just
dark?
a very small part of our world. That's your painting.
This is a suitcase.
Oh yeah, this is a suitcase. We should probably.
Yeah. Let's. Hi.
I'm not here.
Johnny's not here.
Oh,
yeah.
Never mind.
How would you like to be used for butter?
That's, no.
Wait.
No, that's very,
We probably have some cheese.
That's not okay. to use, I mean,
You know that Greg
that's
keeps a lot of like kitchenware and stuff in upstairs, so.
Bree, want some cheese? Some cheese?
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 Bree wants some cheese.
I'd have some cheese. Yeah, I'd have some cheese.
I'm gonna start heading up the stairs.
All right, so you start heading up the stairs, and you get to the top.
My gosh.
There's the suitcase sort of lid. You flap
Moving
that
so
open,
fast.
and you step out. Please give me an acrobatics check as you step out.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna stick. Early Gregory might not have a great time in there.
A 24.
24. So
That is a nice roll.
you step and immediately your foot hits air as you automatically correct your posture with some of your Warforged frame.
Just let it go.
You realize you misstepped because you just stepped off of a desk and into a room that you've never seen before.
The cheese might take a minute.
You step out first, the rest of you can then follow out. As you step out of the suitcase, which has just been haphazardly thrown onto a wooden desk. Where you're standing is what looks like a basement of some sorts that has been heavily decorated with way too much desperation. You see a good number of pieces of furniture with some like gold trim that's been added, specifically custom so, but not that it doesn't really, it clashes entirely with the type of wood it's made with. You see a ladder that's leading up from this room, as well as a myriad of chairs, several of which have been nice before, but now have massive tears and rips through them. But the one thing you notice more than anything else is the about 100 or so pictures hanging on the wall. Portraits.
You know,
in these portraits, you see a myriad of people, but regularly all in the same pose. Hanging out with some village mayors, posing and being drawn as if being decorated with a slain monster. And with this, you also are able to mention that there's a few trophies hanging around, but many more places where trophies are meant to be placed. Holders. And as you look into the picture, something unearingly familiar clicks. Can everyone give me an insight check?
We really should have checked if this guy was a serial killer before we moved in. Just gonna throw that out there. Insight is wisdom, so that is a 16.
18.
Ooh, okay.
6.
18, but no context.
The knife that is in my hand, who has no context for this, did better than me, so yeah.
All right, then, Bree, the first thing you're able to recognize is, even though this picture is an elf, that one's a dwarf, that one's a man, that's a tiefling, they all have the exact same face, the same sort of expression, a smug look, and a wink. You're able to pick up that you know that face. It's any face. And it looks like you've just stepped out into some sort of hideout of his.
So, you remember that guy? Remember the any-face guy? Pam.
Oh, yeah. Trunch's friend.
Yeah, that.
Is this
Yeah.
all the same person? Or like,
You know what would be
figures
easier?
change shape out here? Because it seems like the same person.
Anytime Bree
Wait, not
speaks,
figures.
I am going to use my musical instrument to play her voice out of it.
Oh, cool, yeah.
Awesome. Perfect.
Just so, yeah.
So yeah, you're standing around flabbergasted. You take a few moments to get that in your. It's your automatic tool, isn't it?
Yeah.
So your body's just automatically going to be relaying that back. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So yes, everyone can now
Amazing.
hear Bree's voice.
That's awesome.
Everyone except Johnny Dynamite, who is not here. He's on his way here. Johnny Dynamite,
Yes.
you are currently barreling through the streets of Reston.
Yes.
You have been chasing Anyface for the past half hour,
Indeed.
at least. And you know that you just recently lost sight of him. Give me a perception check as you're continuing to sort of sweep these streets to find out where he might have gone.
Yeah, not good, not good. Let's see here, perception. That's going to be an 8. Yeah, I'm not doing too well there.
Also, just real fast, I am going to grab the case. I'm going to close it, and I'm going to sit on it.
Okay,
So it's
cool.
stuck closed.
You sit on it. So 8, you definitely lost where he is. You can't determine exactly where he might have left from, but there's only a handful of options left for you to choose. You start going. You can go down an alleyway to your left or to your right. Which way do you choose?
Let's see here. Right.
Right. Okay. Awesome. So, you go right. You're pretty sure this is the wrong way. Immediately, you step back out into the city, which at the moment is quite bustling with commotion. There's a series of competing parades that are happening in Reston at the moment, mostly by a bunch of other adventurers that are flaunting their best accomplishments.
Yeah.
And there's a multitude of people that you see in your way. But with an 8 perception, that is enough to pick up. You see wisps of smoke coming from a certain building.
All right. Well, there's smoke, there's fire. Maybe we'll run into the investigator. On my way.
So, you begin running your way over to this house, at which point you do, there's a few like shrubs and stuff around. You can see a fancy boot print in the ground just before reaching the door of this larger, it's almost like, this looks sort of like a warehouse. And you know, by the style of the shoe, and the fact that you had just seen him, this is Anyface's boot print, leading right into the store. You go up and you place your hand on the door, and you feel it's hot.
Oh dear.
Meanwhile, Saybell, you have something strange assault your senses. Suddenly there's this smell of a burning of some kind.
Well, that's not right.
And it becomes more aromatic as time goes on. Everyone roll initiative.
Oh, jeez, okay. All right, that is going to be 8 for me.
It's a 12 for me.
12, okay.
That's a 15 for me.
15.
The dice tower likes me.
Right.
21 for the immobile tiny cheese knife.
Yes.
There we go.
All right. So, first,
Bad day, man.
embers are going to, at top of initiative 20, so you're down here in what looks like this basement. You start to see embers falling down where the trapdoor for the ladder is, and you can see it starting to burn through the wood of the trapdoor itself.
Pretty sure this basement's not the code.
Bree, it is your turn. Everyone with some ease, with relative ease, is able to understand that they're currently in a fire. There's a fire inside the house, and there's a fire inside the house.
It's a fire inside the house.
Okay.
Okay, where's the exit? Where's the exit?
So the nearest exit you can see is a ladder that goes up about 10 feet to another floor above you.
Well, I can't go. Go! I can't move!
Your hand juts out as Bree aggressively tries to rush towards the ladder.
I can, I guess, still do telekinetic movement.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and grab Sable, I guess.
Okay.
Through telekinetic movement and just 30 feet towards the exit.
So
There we go.
Does that move you 30 feet?
It moves an object that is large.
Oh.
And I at large or lower. Or one willing creature.
Okay,
that I also
perfect.
assume is large
Yeah,
or lower. This is what I did in the last
So
fight.
you can immediately, the knife flies up, and Sable, you are lifted by your hand as you,
Mary Poppins.
you Mary Poppins launch right up past the ladder and hit through the trapdoor. Which
There's
you can
one
then
side.
grab yourself and be holding on. As the trapdoor slings open, you can see just a hallway that is starting to be wreathed in flames. Fire on one side of the hallway.
Fire! Lots of fire!
Sable, it is your turn.
I'm gonna pull myself up, and I'm gonna... I'm gonna turn back around and reach down for Grant.
Okay.
I'm going to run over with the bag, jump in right as it's handed to you.
With the suitcase?
And I'm gonna grab the bag.
The suitcase. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. You jump in, so you're in the void space, and you've got the suitcase. Yep. Awesome. And you'll make your way up. Johnny.
Yes. So the door is hot.
The door is hot, and also when you touch the wall, because you still have your telepathy binding typically with a few members of the party, don't you?
Yeah, with my telepathic binding, I probably would have last have bound to Sable.
Sable?
Yeah.
Is that a 1 mile radius?
As long as they're on the same plane of existence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
Because it would have been broken pretty much.
So many voices.
So while you're at the door, you can feel it's hot, and suddenly, Johnny, you can also the link that you have with Sable, you feel like something's interrupting it, as if like something else is talking.
Oh.
Like Bree on the other end.
Just a busy dial tone comes.
Yeah, and you gain an immediate awareness that Sable is somewhere in this burning building.
Oh dear. Okay. Let's see here. Items. Nope. No. I'm out of spells. Oh, dang it. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if I can. First of all, I'm just gonna kick the door and see if it opens there.
It is locked at the moment.
It is locked.
Yes.
Okay, great. So I don't know if that counts as an interaction or.
Yeah, you just kick it.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna go ahead and try and I guess pick the lock.
Okay.
Pick the lock at a burning building.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh boy.
This is going to be interesting. So is that sleight of hand?
It is going to be sleight of hand. It's Thieves' Tools. It's Thieves' Tools proficiency specifically.
Okay.
So it's going to be a Dex Thieves' Tools check.
Dang it. Not doing good tonight, guys. So that's going to be an 8 total.
An 8. Yeah. So you begin rattling at the door. As you pull back, yep, you didn't take any damage because you could feel the heat, but you take out your thieves' tools, and the pick that you were using is just twisted and also warped from heat.
This isn't working.
Speed.
Well, that's going to be my action and my interaction. Don't have anything for bonus action, really, so...
Okay. Then, at the top of initiative layer 20... at the top of initiative 20, while you're looking down the hall, you can see a shape bumble across basically another hallway right between your view. A bright orange elemental, a small magman like you had seen previously before.
Outside the back of the museum.
As it is walking along the hallways and just dragging its hand, setting it all on fire.
Okay.
Oh, no.
That is what it is currently doing. Bree, it is your turn.
What's happening? What is that?
It's friend.
Yeah, you see, like...
Which kind of friend?
The fiery
one that
kind.
Oh, thanks. Is there a window nearby?
There aren't any windows, seeing as you just came out of a hallway from a hidden basement, and it seems like you're still on some sort of underground level.
I'm gonna hold my action until I see something I can interact with that makes more sense.
That is so fair.
Okay, Sable, what do you do?
I would like a point of order here. I would like to mention that what Grant has done is he has turned the suitcase into a Grant Pokeball.
Yeah. You kind of have,
Grant, I choose you!
So the elemental's moving towards me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna move towards it.
Okay.
And go, "Hello, can you help us? The building appears to be on fire. We need assistance."
It says it's going to try to fling some fire at you. Does a 14 hit you?
Nope.
All right. So it flings fire right over your shoulder, which immediately starts setting behind the trapdoor a bit on fire. And it just spits this heat directly at you, having no concern for your niceties.
Well, that was not kind. It appears as though we need to do something, Bree. And Grant has kind of abandoned us, so, yeah. Perhaps we should, I don't know. You know what? Grant, I choose you. I'm just gonna throw the suitcase.
You throw the suitcase?
Oh, hey, that's an important thing, isn't it?
So you throw the suitcase, it slides down the hallway past the magman. Grant, it is your turn. You can feel a general sort of the void of space around you tilts a bit and then hits the wall. And if you peek out, you can see the hallway. You can see the other hallway of the T shape. So looking down this way, you can see this hallway is already wreathed in flame, but there is a door at the end of it.
Nope.
Going the other way, there are 3 barrels that are labeled oil.
All right. Well, since I'm like popped out, I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, this way!" Like, and then I'll finish getting out and be like, "How is it even worse than when I went in the bag?" Close it up. The magman is between myself and if I can close distance, let's.
Oh, easy. Yeah, you can
all right.
stop right up. The thing isn't even really paying attention. It's just setting things on fire.
All right. Let's. We have not recovered any spell slots or anything. Since...
Not any spell slots.
All
no.
right. Well, we're just gonna take a flat crack at this thing.
Oh, yes!
All right. That's gonna be.
That's gonna hit.
Yeah. Pull this up. So 25, and we're doing.
That's a hit.
1d8 plus 6. So 7 plus 6 is 13.
7 plus 6. So you walk up and you bring up your sword against this magman. And as you do, you can feel a coolness coming off of your blue painted hand.
Right, hand.
And as you bring your sword down, how much damage is it?
13.
13. All of this damage is converted to cold damage as it rips through the magman and busts it into embering snow. The magman itself does have a death burst, which you're going to have to evade. Give me a dex saving throw.
All right.
Bad times.
3.
Bad times.
Said with such confidence.
All right. You're going to be taking 2 fire damage.
Okay.
Which is going to be the opportunity I'm going to let you know that because of your hand being dipped in blue, you have resistance to cold.
Oh.
So it doesn't apply to the fire that you just
Okay.
took. And in fact, it doesn't look like there's anything else that's really cold down here at all to begin with.
But it's good to know. for
But
future.
at the moment, with your blue hand, you have resistance to cold, and any damage that you deal with your weapon attack for the next minute is all converted to cold damage.
All right.
I'll let you know if there's anything else we need to add to that. You demolish this
And
thing.
alarming.
It bursts out with a little bit of fire, not nearly as much as was already kind of consuming the building. Then it's going to be Johnny.
Johnny, all right, well, that didn't work, so I'm going to go ahead and look around. Can I see like a hammer or any sort of damaging tool of any kind?
Do you have Smith's tools or proficiency?
I don't have Smith tools proficiency now.
What are your tool
I've-
proficiencies?
My tool proficiencies, let's see here. I've got...
If we needed the building set on fire, he'd be the guy.
You see, yeah.
Number 1 on
Yep,
that
yep.
list.
Let's see here.
That's why we call him the fireman.
Where would I find that? Jeez.
Maybe some proficiencies.
It's going to be, here we go, proficiencies in languages. Tools, alchemists, leatherworkers, painters, thieves, tinkers, and land vehicles.
Thieves and tinkers.
Yep. So...
Land vehicles.
Yep.
So you immediately begin looking around. You don't see a hammer.
Actually, hold on one second. I think I might have something in my spells list here. Cantrips. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go up to the lock.
Okay.
And this time, rather than picking it, I'm just going to go, you ticked me off, and I'm going to acid splash it.
All right. Acid splash. Cool.
So that's just a deck. I don't think it gets.
Yep. Go ahead, and
So
just roll the damage for that.
All right. So that's going to be a D6 damage. So that's 2 damage to the lock as I start to melt it.
So yeah, you spray it, and yes, immediately acid begins dripping off of it and begins weakening this lock.
Okay.
It is still hanging on there.
Yeah.
Corroded quite a bit.
All right.
2 damage isn't much, but size-wise, it's not a
very
big
small,
lock.
yeah,
So
it's
that's
a
good
tiny
enough to
thing.
do some good wear and tear.
Okay.
You definitely feel you've melted it. There's no way you could pick it now.
Yeah. No.
You're just gonna have to slam your way through it. You were looking around for a hammer. There are no hammers.
No.
You do have proficiency with land vehicles, though, and there is a fully loaded cart.
Here
That
we
looks
go.
like it might be. So, okay.
So I'm gonna grab onto the cart.
Yep, you grab on behind the cart, and
I get. Well, can I use my movement as like a charging?
yeah, let's do that. Go ahead.
Okay. So I grab the cart handles and I turn it around like a wheelbarrow and I go.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Because you've got the momentum of this cart.
With advantage, what did they say? That's an athletics check.
Yeah.
Or... Okay. So that is. It's a 10.
A 10 is exactly what you need. As you bust open and that door partially swings before the top half of it just comes off of its hinges and this cart just rolls in. Immediately you can see there's no fire here. There's a lot of smoke that's billowing up from somewhere down below, another lower level of this building.
All right.
You're only ever seeing like embers and bits of flame floating in the air, telling you that you're getting closer. It's basically like this more open warehouse. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right.
Now that you've stepped in here.
That is going to be...
These rolls today.
Yeah, no. Yes, that's going to be a 7 plus perception. That's +1, so 8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of smoke.
There's a lot of smoke.
Doesn't look like much until you start looking around, and then you start seeing it coming and pouring out of parts of the walls, lifting out of floorboards. You don't know where you are spatially compared to the walls around you.
I'm gonna reach out to Sable, and I'm gonna be like, Sable, I'm in the building. Can you? Sorry, wouldn't be this way. Sorry, be Sable. Sable, I'm in the building. Can you tell me where you are? Can you show me where you are?
It's a little crowded in here.
Johnny?
There's fire.
Bree?
Oh God. Hold on. I'm gonna put you guys in stereo. Okay. You're gonna be on the left. You're gonna be on the right. All right. We're good. All right. Okay. There's a lot of fire around me. Grant just killed my new friend. Let's see. There's a trap door that okay, it's really on
Hey,
fire.
are you guys all talking without me?
Hold on. Let me.
Bree, while it is others' time to talk, it is your time to act. What shall you do?
I have nothing, man. I have one cantrip that I can do. That was my last psi energy dice, if I'm not mistaken, after the battle with the goose. So my movement's gone.
But you are a weapon. There's one thing you can always do.
Wep.
Wep? Weapons gonna wep?
Weapons gonna wep.
I hope that's not some obscure slur.
Yeah.
If it is, deeply apologize.
Oh, actually, you know what I do have is catapult, which I can now use on myself.
Yes.
Amazing. Is there anything to attack nearby? I thought the elemental was dead.
The elemental's dead. The thing is, there's now a hallway. It's wreathed in fire, so it's a bit hard to get through without trying to squeeze or be careful about it. At the end of that hallway, there is another door.
Can I try to catapult myself at that hard enough to knock it down?
You are a normal-sized cheese nut.
I'm aware.
Who has the innate psionic abilities of Pentiment. You may go ahead and try.
Yes!
I'll give it a go.
It doesn't say anywhere in the rules that a cheese knife can't play basketball.
Well, I'll probably lodge into it at least with a 7.
A 7?
Well, hang on, let me check. What is catapult? Okay. An object weighing 1 to 5 pounds. I probably weigh that right now.
Yeah.
I'm flying a straight line for 90 feet. And then whatever I strike something, whatever it strikes takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay,
So...
This tiny little life.
And your to hit was a 7?
Well...
You're a depleted
I
uranium.
technically don't have
cheese
to
knife.
roll...
Oh, is it a saving
now
throw?
I'm realizing.
Okay.
I guess when it strikes... Oh, yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay,
There it is.
it is a door. It cannot make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Roll your bludgeoning damage.
Let's see how this goes. This is going to be so silly. Okay,
I
that's
imagine...
a 2. Good start. It's up to 9, up to 10. 10 damage to the door.
10 damage. So Bree flies out of your hand down the hallway, past a hallway wreathed in flames.
Is that
in the middle of a
passing me?
conversation.
Passing
Okay.
you, and slams into the door with enough damage. You see this
I
cheese
got
knife
this.
stick in as there's a ripple of force through the wood, and it falls in pieces.
Yes.
I got this!
Bree, you also fall
Onto the ground.
to the floor.
Recreation. Ah!
On the other side of this door, there is a stairwell
Johnny, did you just hear an earthquake's worth of sound?
Did I hear it?
You heard a bang.
I'm gonna.
That's where we are.
I was gonna say so. I know the direction that the bang came from. That's going to be my go-to there. I think we're.
It is Sabel's turn.
Yep.
Okay, second point of order.
Hang on. I just realized I got to roll. I take the same damage.
Oh.
Well, yeah, okay.
So I'm down to 1 hit point. Exactly.
My second point of order is that I would also like to point out that I stumbled my way into using an ice Pokemon on a fire Pokemon.
That's a very good point. Okay, yeah. Acknowledged.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush down the hallway and pick up Bree.
Okay.
As I do, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on
Okay, nice, cool, yep.
Last little spell slot there, which I remember how to cure wounds.
D8 plus your proficiency.
Yeah.
Your spellcasting ability.
So that is 3 plus 5, 8.
8. Bree, you have 8 HP, so 9. 9 altogether. All right. And so you grab Bree, you're making your way up the stairwell. So this is it's just a spiral stairwell. So with the rest of your movement, you can probably get up a good 15 feet or so up the stairs. If you're... Hold on. You go to the stairs. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh dear. Oops. It's okay. That is a 14.
14. So you put your arm on the handhold, start climbing up the stairs, and it's then that you notice, ooh, these stairs are boiling hot.
Ah, yes.
And being a Warforged, you just noticed.
Yeah.
It's not hot enough to worry you, but certainly for more fleshy individuals, it could be a problem.
Grant, don't be stupid. Stairs are hot.
Okay.
Grant, it is your turn. You're halfway up the stairs at this point. There is a fire under the stairwell that's sort of licking at the metal.
Are the stairs themselves hot? Like the foot parts of the stairs?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. I'm not gonna let him tell me what to do. grab the briefcase.
Yeah.
Need that. Get moving, and then as soon as I get up the stairs, we're gonna make a weapon attack on the stairs, baby.
Okay, yeah,
Ooh,
cool.
freeze the stairs,
you walk
freeze
up
the
to the
stairs.
stairs. Go ahead and give me an attack roll on that staircase.
8.
Guys, we need.
You know, I think the minimum armor class is 8. So I think that'll work.
Ooh, barely.
I think for an object it might be 5. So yes, you hit.
All right.
For real damage.
That's gonna be 5 plus 6, 11.
11 cold damage. You slam your weapon, or it's a slashing weapon, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you probably just slice right and just kind of drag your blade up the stairs as you begin walking, and there is frost that begins immediately crawling up the stairs. Go ahead and give me the same Constitution
cool.
save at advantage.
Nice. Oh, that's not how the dice tower works. All right. And
a 2.
we'll
Thank
take the
goodness for
18.
18.
That's going to be plus 3, so 21.
Nice. It is hot, but you are being very careful with how you're stepping, and you've got this cool relief coming off your left hand. So
Not gonna lie, that was
I have a
pretty cool.
minty hand.
all right, Johnny.
Damn it. All right, so I heard the bang. I'm going to shove the cart back out into the alleyway.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run towards run in the direction that I heard the bang come from.
All right, so shove the cart back.
Yep.
You go back into the smoking building.
Put my goggles down for this one.
Yeah.
Heck yes.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
All right.
Just normally.
Just normal perception check.
Got the smoke, but you've been told where it is. You heard it.
Not bad.
Yes,
not bad.
cool.
So that's going to be plus 1, so 13.
13 is good enough. You make your way over to one of these sections, and that's when you can tell that this sort of warehouse actually looks like it's had different tenants in it. You bypass like what looks like some set up offices at some point, and you get over to a stairwell that then says to the anywheres.
To the anywheres. All right. Wait a second. Was it any face in the anywheres?
Any face in the anywheres.
Any face in the anywheres. All right. So do I see them coming up the stairwell?
No, you don't, because it's a spiral stairwell.
It is a spiral stairwell. All right. So I'm going to run towards the spiral stairwell then.
All right.
And head on down.
So you begin running down.
Movement.
Let me think about how this all synchronizes. Okay. So, yep, you still have some movement. You get down, start going down the stairs. That is when you do notice them. You can see maybe a good, 25 feet down. You see some shapes moving about. One that looks particularly metal. But before that, you can see this burst pipe spilling hot steam all across the middle of the staircase itself.
All right. Pipe. Steam, water. Let's see here.
Who designed this house? 2K Games?
Right. Dang it.
No, I couldn't get them.
So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and tap one of the lenses on my goggles and cast light.
All right.
As a cantrip there. So now I've got a little bit of a spotlight there. Can they see that now?
Yes, you guys can see the light.
I'm up here! And then I'm going to cast Acid Splash on the opening of the pipe and try and melt it closed.
Cauterize the wound.
I do not see this going wrong
No,
anyway.
I'm...
Oh, wait, no. Nope, that's too late. I said it, so...
No, it's great. I love it.
We can try it.
Okay.
It's usually a saving throw, right?
Yeah, it's usually a deck save.
Mm-hmm.
For a pipe, though, I don't know if that's...
Let's make it your spell attack bonus for this, and you're going to do it at disadvantage.
Oh, boy.
You're flinging a substance at something that is currently flinging a substance out.
Yep.
We'll see if it works.
Disadvantage, huh?
Yep.
Why did die so small?
Oh, that's actually not
that's
terrible.
9 plus my spell attack modifier, which is going to be plus 4, so 13?
13, yeah. So you are able to cast your acid spray in a way that doesn't have it catch the steam and spray right back at your face. Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
All right.
How does it explode the pipe is the question.
That is 3 damage to the pipe.
3 damage to the pipe. Oh, wow, okay. That does seal the pipe. Yes.
Nice.
All right.
For the moment.
All right.
You spray acid at it, the metal begins immediately bending in, and it closes like it's pinched. There's still bits of steam trying to eke and escape from there, but for the 6 seconds that is taken for this action, it's currently stable.
All right.
Bree, it is your turn.
Up that way. Look. It's Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
In case they hadn't noticed.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny.
Good to see you're out. Do you have the briefcase? Right. Get up here.
What have you been up to?
A lot. I'll tell you when we're out.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. So you've made a clear path to them, and the rest of you can all make it out with Johnny. It's going to take probably a good another 15, 20 seconds at least, however, to get through the rest of the building. As that does, the fire is already, by the time you leave the stairwell, it has engulfed the stairwell. And you then hear a big pop of several barrels down below explode.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I am not.
narrow.
Over...
This is not my
You all 4 of you, 3 of you humanoid, step out from this building as you can already see flames licking up the side of the entire warehouse, and you staring up at it.
So we're going to get blamed for this one, too, right?
You then hear behind you,
Probably.
"Hey, stop those arsonists!"
Yeah.
As you see
Where are the arsonists?
6 guards crossing the street and chasing after you.
We should probably run.
Book it.
Book it.
We will now go into a chase scene dynamic. So how that is going to work, I'm going to need all 4 of you lined up on one line. We're only going to be using...
Like that?
Yes. That works perfectly.
Is our general direction
It's
this way?
general... Yes, this
All
way.
right.
overall, the horizontal isn't going to matter so much because it's all about following distance.
Yep.
So, and there, I need to determine where they all each are. Oop. I lost my die!
Oh no! Die.
Where'd you go?
So, you said there was a parade going on right now. Is there a lot of people who just happen to be installing Windows today as well? I just got a smile out of it, but nothing more.
Okay, so they are about 20 feet behind you is how they're starting. There are 6 guards and 1 kobold who is a new recruit.
Oh no.
He's so small. Rookie kobold.
So the first thing we need to do is find out where everything is located. So who has the highest dexterity? That's going to be, looks like Bree.
Yeah.
Which, since you're being carried by Sable, we're going to have Bree and Sable first. So Bree and Sable are going to be just a bit ahead. So, during chases, there's going to be no opportunity attacks. Everyone is constantly considered moving in the same direction, so it doesn't make sense for them to be trying to get some attacks in otherwise. You're going to take your actions normally. You can dash a number of times during this encounter, equal to 3 plus your Constitution modifier.
Okay.
Once you pass that, every dash afterward, there is a Constitution check or you are exhausted. So it's how well you can keep up the stamina and get away from the chase. These guards are going to be your pursuers. So, initiative is always going to go for whoever is in up front first, the most, and consider backwards each way along them. The last thing to keep in mind, in terms of movement, for this, we won't be moving our miniatures. Whoever's going first, so for instance, Bree, if you were to say that you move 30 feet, then we're comparing your movement with everyone else's movement that they take.
It's relative.
And they will move the,
Yes.
it's relative between.
Feet. The thing I can do.
I think you guys get it.
That's brilliant.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then up first, it is going to be Bree. So it's a normal attack. You can move. You've got your actions. You can also take an action to dash, which is the main focus.
Can I? Like, is that just dragging?
You can by flinging yourself. The problem is you got to get picked up to keep moving.
I'll pick it up each time. We'll see.
Also, catapult is an actual spell, and oh god, how many spell slots do I have? I'm actually not sure. So I am not entirely sure if I can do that more than once. It's not a cantrip.
Yeah. In that case, you probably want to just stick with someone. So
I'll stick with Sable. Hey, Sable, are the people chasing us the kind of friends that we should be hurting or not?
They are boot friends, not goose friends.
Got it.
This is
boot friends.
Revolutionary. All right.
Yeah, we put it into perspective.
For the sake of Bree, whoever's carrying Bree will also go on the same turn for movement. So Sable and Bree, you're able to go. Cool.
I will cast Mind Sliver on whichever one of the guards is in front and hope that he trips the others.
Okay, cool. So we'll target one of the guards. Go ahead and it's a saving throw.
It is a saving throw of intelligence.
Intelligence. That's a 16.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
He or she or they are fine.
Also.
So you twist as you have a blade of psychic cut through the air and go right past him.
That might be a good thing. I don't know that we need the kind of heat that comes with murdering peace officers.
Yeah. Well, the knife doesn't know that.
Sable, it is your turn.
I don't know what's happening.
Equivalent of that's true. Yeah, that's not good.
This is the weirdest day of Bree's life. They don't know what's happening.
Sable is first gonna tune up some chase music.
Okay.
So,
nice.
Yep. Good old heyday Hans Zimmer kind of like dun 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 dun. Yeah. Anyway. Yep. And then dash.
All right, you're going to dash. Cool. So what is your movement speed normally?
30.
30. So you're going 60 feet. So Bree and Sable will be going 60
Scoot them up one.
for comparison.
All right.
Don't scoot them up yet.
Oh, okay.
Because it matters most for whoever goes after them. Okay, now this is how we'll do it. Anything else on your turn that you're wanting to do besides dash? You begin booking your way down an alleyway.
I don't think I really have anything else left in my repertoire.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Then, the last thing we need to do after anyone moves is at the end of your turn. We didn't do it for Bree because Bree's not moving, and it wouldn't make sense. But at the end of your turn, I need you to roll me a d20.
Okay.
This reveals for us any complication that will affect the next person in line.
That is
15.
15?
Yep.
Nothing bad. All right.
Hey.
It's going to be Grant.
All right. We had anything coming up in this alley, tip overable.
Yeah, so there are, to begin with, there was the cart that you threw back in.
Yeah.
So you could knock that over if you wanted to try.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a swerve to try to knock that over. I just want to make sure that I'm keeping pace with Johnny, so I'm not trapping him with the heat.
Sure. Okay. So then,
I'm going to assist him.
are you going to be taking a dash action?
Shall we?
Let's take our action simultaneously here.
Yep.
And we're both going to turn around, and I'm going to help him tip the cart over and get it in there.
I think that's the move.
And then we're going to just take our standard movement running.
Yep.
I think because the chase mechanics help might be difficult to do. Let me think through this really quick. It's right there. You're both. You know what? Go ahead and give me the roll. We'll do it with advantage.
All right. Athletics.
It's going to be an athletics check. Yes.
All right.
So that,
Let's give it. Thank God for advantage. 20, baby.
Okay, nice. That is what I'm considering. The guard is going to be going at.
And if
The cart is just thrown with a blue handprint just left in it.
oh yeah.
That will take your action, I think.
Okay.
So besides that, you could move 30 feet.
We'll just do the standard movement.
You'd be able to move 30 feet. Yeah, I think you'd be able to help by not dashing this round. So okay, in that case then.
Should I scoot these guys ahead one now that their turn is?
So they should be 3 squares ahead, actually.
Oh.
Because they're 30 feet.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, cool. So then after Grant, so you threw that down. It's going to be Johnny, but we have to see if there's a complication.
Right. 15 again.
There's no complication. All right. Except the one you just threw behind you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and you're going to continue moving on your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all I got, because I used my action to help him.
All right, that's all you got.
Yeah.
So then it's going to be our guards. So I'm going to have 2 of my guards deal with this obstacle. First two that's coming up.
Or because I'm last, I don't roll for them.
Oh no, actually no. You're right. Sorry. Go ahead and roll your complication.
All right.
Things could get worse.
Complication.
Things got worse.
Oh! Wait.
That's a complication for the guard.
For them. Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
So it's
I was supposed to roll poorly.
That was the best nat one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot.
Yeah, that is pretty
Good
good.
thing he's going last. That's he's like
You
perfect.
Okay.
are a paradox.
So first what I'm going to do is the cart with the 2 guards. They're going to have to try to deal with that cart. They don't. One of them is one of the guards is completely bodied by the cart, knocked off of his feet, and is thrown backward onto the ground. He is prone with a cart on him, meaning he's not going to get very far. One of the other guards, however, he turns a corner trying to catch you. The exact part of Reston that you're in, this warehouse, is sort of near the docks. So there are a few small waterways, and he happens to slip right down one.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's just a big splash as that guard is now in the water. I don't think I'm going to have to deal with him. The rest of them are going to dash. So, effectively, they get 30 feet on you guys. Actually, this guy will go forward.
Dang, he fast.
Did the kobold make it, or?
Oh yeah, the kobold is only going to go up 30 feet. He has a crossbow.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Of course.
So
Sure.
actually, yeah, I'm going to have that kobold fire this crossbow at Grant. It is, hold up, let me look up attacks while we're doing chases. So he is able to make an attack as a bonus action. So that's one thing. If you use your action to dash while we're chasing, you can use a bonus action to do an attack. It is always at disadvantage, though, because everyone's on the move.
Right.
All right.
So that's 1 and 2. Yep, I didn't think so. A net flies at you and just catches on like the back of your shoe before you kick it off.
Okay.
Hop, hop.
These other two guards are going to try to go for Johnny, though. So this guard can try to attack Johnny at disadvantage. Does a 7 hit you?
A 7?
No.
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, does not, thankfully.
All right.
That guard, he just grabs at the air as you're able to keep just a few feet in front of him. His other friend is going to try and take a swing at you as well. That's even worse. He swings his weapon as he's got a cudgel. It just flies out of his hand and goes and smacks someone who's like a bystander on the street, watching you guys pass by.
He's gonna get written up for that.
They're gonna blame us for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, probably.
They always do.
So,
Lit a house on fire.
that is their turns. Let me roll for the next complication, and here we go.
Oh no.
All right. Ooh. Okay. Bree and Sabo, it is your turn. As suddenly the slope of the ground changes quite a bit. You stumble into a part of a city that looks like it's been complaining about potholes for a long while and hasn't gotten any recourse. Please give me a dexterity acrobatics check as you enter into this area.
Okay.
Is there any way?
For some things, but not for uneven ground.
Oh no. Oh no. That's a
one.
A 1. So, you're going to treat this as difficult terrain, meaning it's going to cost 10 extra feet of movement to get through.
Okay.
You're also going to fall prone,
Oh dear.
meaning that uses half your movement.
Okay.
What will you do on your turn?
I guess we gotta get up
Okay.
and move.
Yes.
Yep. So that's half your movement, and then you can basically just barely get through this area, I think.
Yeah. Well, so then I'm gonna get up, move.
That's 15 feet.
So that's 15.
You have 5 feet of movement once you get past the uneven ground.
And then I'm gonna get up past it. Can I dash again? Right? Or is that already taken?
It's
up
an
by
action to
getting up?
dash.
Yeah.
That's what you could do. You'd get 35 feet away, overall.
Okay, so I either would dash here, use my action, or I can do something else.
Yeah.
Instead.
If you have anything else that could like slow them down or whatnot.
If I dash it all,
then that uses
then
your
that
action.
uses everything.
Yeah.
It's probably smart to dash, so I'm gonna vicious mockery. The guy who's getting close to us.
Okay. I like.
By the way,
it's
where are
probably
we
smart
going?
to dash, but I'm gonna attack it.
I have no idea where I'm going.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so in his head, he hears... Have you ever noticed that it's really weird that, like, when you try and run, your feet just do the thing you want them to do?
You immediately started seeing him trip up. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Manual running activated.
That is 1 point of damage. Of psychic damage.
And he has disadvantage on his next attack roll?
I believe so.
All right. Yeah, you see him definitely start running a bit off balance. Great. Then, anything else in your turn?
That's all I got.
Go ahead and give me a complication roll.
Yeah.
Wait.
Bree, it is also
should I
your
mark-
turn, and he is kind of close enough. You could do
He's
anything.
pretty close,
You can
yeah.
attack her if you want.
I might
12.
mind sliver again.
Sure. I'll go
Gives
ahead
him
and...
more disadvantages on
This poor
saving
guy's
throws.
mine.
Yeah, good idea. That's a 5. He is mind
Okay,
sliver.
yeah, definitely then. So he's gonna take some damage, and he's gonna also get so
Double disadvantage.
he's gonna remove take 1 -1 on his next saving throw, and he will take 2 damage.
2. Okay, nice.
Just two little damage.
Just 2 little damage.
Ah, headache.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, sudden migraine, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 12 for me.
All right.
Complication.
For 12? Okay. All right. Then up next is actually that guard who is chasing you. So the complication affects him. Two porters are carrying a recently framed painting across the street. He's going to try to duck under the way. He does duck under the way and continues charging after you.
That was so nearly a
ducking out of the way
traumatizing
means
moment.
With disadvantage?
Oh, he has a D. Yeah, sorry, the D4. D4 minus. Yeah, he'll still get under. However, he can't dash because he has to interact with that complication. So he'll move 30 feet. So ultimately, he is 15 feet behind you. So yeah, move him back 1 more
10,
square
15.
actually,
Yep.
because that's how much it's changed. You gain a little bit of an edge.
Hey.
Cool, awesome.
So we really don't know where we're going. We're just running in a direction.
At the moment, Johnny, you know that it's probably best for you to get back to the duplex.
Yeah.
But yes, as this is a chase, you are running in the most random direction to get away from your pursuers as quickly as you can. So yeah, you're not quite sure exactly where you're turning or where you're going in the city.
I'm just seeing a lot of figures or figure-like things around me. Everything's chaos. It's a bad day.
Johnny,
honestly,
you are being pursued by this one guard. You have to suddenly, something comes up in the way of the street, and you take a duck through a building instead. You are running through a cramped space of a baker's shop as people are getting pastries. You're going to have to give me a dexterity acrobatics check to get through the space.
Okay, let's do this. I'm actually pretty good at dex, so this should be okay.
You say that.
Yeah.
say that now.
All right, so acrobatics, you say?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah!
So that's 17 total.
All right, so, you look, there's a crowd, there's a line. You take the counter. You jump up, and you run along the counter to the back door as that guard comes in, and he's chasing after you.
Slam the door. Oh, my back.
So then, Grant, let's see, actually, Johnny, let me roll for you. I think it's just going to be faster if I roll these. Yep, okay. Johnny.
Yes.
Sorry. At the end of your turn, you're able to, how much movement are you using?
I will use all of my movement.
I know, I was about to say how much feet are you using?
How much feet? 2, preferably.
So you're going to be dashing.
All right, so that's...
1.5,
Yes,
you know?
Okay.
So that's 5... So, sorry, that would be in comparison to the guys behind me. So
Yep, it's in comparison to the guys behind you.
So that is going to be 60 total feet.
Cool, 60 total feet. You've gone 45. In that case, move yourself up 3 squares.
Nice.
That way we can know the distance between you and where Sabel and them are. Grant, you saw Johnny have to duck and go through a bakery. Meanwhile, you just go forward.
There will be time for snacks later.
You bust through a wooden gate on your way. It swings and it pinches a whole bunch of stacked bags of flour that fill the air with poor visibility. Please give me a Constitution saving throw.
I would like to point out right now that...
Wait.
Save,
right? Rather than actual skill?
Yeah.
Flour that's in the air is incredibly flammable.
Yeah.
I just want to mention
Yes,
that. Like,
that is true.
Thank you, Bree.
So that's going to be a 10.
10 is exactly what you need.
All right.
You have one eye open, the other one filled with flour, but you are not blinded and you keep on running. How much are you going for your movement?
I'm going to do a full dash.
You're going to do a full dash. Okay.
That'll be 60 feet.
Yep, so you're going to bring yourself up exactly where Johnny is then?
All right, and then roll for
Meet me on the other
complication.
side of the
Roll for complication.
Meet me on the other side of the bakery. Like,
And I'm just like
read.
completely white.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
That flower's gonna. Did you just roll a 3? That flower's gonna explode.
Oh my god!
So
Somehow.
the guard pursuing you has to also make its way through the giant cloud of flour in the air. And he comes out with his eyes shut, stinging, and he doesn't quite know where he is going. He will be slowed down. He can only move half his speed. So he is dashing at you, but will only move 30 feet.
All right.
So in which case he should
It's going to be 30 feet behind us, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. That makes sense because you stopped to attack. Yeah, okay. I like how this works.
Yeah.
All right, this other guard is still coming for Johnny. He's trying to make it through. He has to go through the bakers. He gets stuck in line.
Yeah.
Hey, he immediately runs in and is like,
He just cut in line.
arsonist! Stop that arsonist! And immediately someone else goes, hey, get back in line and wait your turn. So he's going to have to leave the bakery and try to go around the other way. So that is going to use up half of his speed. He is dashing. He can only make it 30 feet. He does not change with movement.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, buddy, you gotta wait for your bread like everyone else.
The kobold is going to dash as a bonus action. And then he is going to use a cunning action to get a little bit closer.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
He's going to get close enough to just as your... let me see here, actually. Yep, as Johnny, as you're turning the corner, you see a kobold pop out with his crossbow, a net loaded in it. And he's going to fire it at you.
Okay.
Is he like up here then?
Man, it's hard shooting moving targets. Does an 11 hit you?
No, it does not.
Oof, that net flings by, and it immediately gets just stuck on a signpost that hangs in the air.
Look what I caught.
All
The
right.
bakery sign.
Then there is no complication. Bree and Sabel, it is your turn.
All right.
You are running, and you are now making your way to what looks like you're getting out of the docks, more to some residential areas. It looks here like everything that all the buildings in here haven't been fully finished. They're being constructed. So you simply see a massive amount of housing frames set up everywhere around you.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna dash this turn.
Okay?
And then I'm going to vicious mockery as a bonus. Is that acceptable?
You know, it says allow. Yeah, I'll allow it. Because when making chase, you're allowed to do an attack as a bonus action. It's set at disadvantage.
So yeah,
So
I'm gonna
I'll just give him an advantage on
mock
the save.
the guy who was on our tail again and tell him, you know, it's your salary that makes it so we can't fill those potholes, right?
Okay, that is a 13.
That does not do it. It's for 14 to save.
Nice! Okay, so
Yeah.
he's going to have disadvantage. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, now I feel guilty.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's
the
2
infrastructure's
damage.
My fault.
2 damage, all right.
And disad again.
Boom. All right. Then,
And Bree needs...
Bree, what you doing?
It's I don't know if it's worth it to mind sliver that guy again. Also, don't think we're in range anymore.
I think the
30 feet.
kobold's kind of close to us.
No, Cobalt's close to us. We were in like a separate
okay.
alleyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here, let's
So if I can just
leave
like
us a little
assist
over
in
here.
this
Yeah,
dash a little bit by like I don't know propelling us forward a bit more with.
Go ahead and give me a
Natural
perception
leading.
check,
Otherwise,
Bree.
we should move these
I'll
guys
do
over because
that.
they're
Yeah,
after
that's
us.
great. Lay of the land. I love it.
There we go.
Okay. Nat 20!
Yay!
Which is good because
So-
my perception is -1, so that's actually a 19.
You
But-
are now scrambling into a construction site. You're looking around you, and Bree, you notice that there seems to be a large, heavy weight that's hanging on a rope just over this alley, with a slab of stone meant to go for one of the buildings nearby.
Do it.
That... What?
take a chance.
Sable, there's something really big above us. It looks kind of precarious. Just be careful if we run under that.
Are we going under it, or are we already going?
Hold on. You got a 20 perception?
Yeah.
With a 20
19.
perception, you can tell that it would be pretty easy for you to cut this rope along the way as we're running past.
Yeah, all right, let's do it. Sable, hold your hand out.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll at disadvantage because you're on the move, but it's against an object, so it shouldn't be too hard to beat.
17, so that's great. And that's a 7, so I guess it's the 7 for a total of 12.
That's enough.
12.
Easy. Yes. Slice. You slice that. No need to roll a complication. We now know what that complication is for him.
Yeah, I wonder.
He is running. He pulls out a whistle and blows it before he sees the weight coming down at him.
Oh. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die.
I've been in this world less than 5 minutes, and I'm about to be a murderer here. This is great.
To be fair, it's what we did in your world when we went.
Paying the favor.
It definitely connects.
Oh.
You see his body contort as it's hit by the force, and then it's out of your eye shot.
Do we just hear like?
Okay, awesome. He is knocked out. That guard is knocked out.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Knocked out, is that what we're calling it? Okay.
Yeah, he's knocked out. We'll say that for now.
KO.
All right.
I call it my sleepy time.
So then next it is going to be... Where's the higher dex? It's going to be Johnny.
Johnny? Okay.
Yep.
So
Johnny, you stumble into a crowd, one of the crowds that is happening with one of these parades at the moment.
All right.
I'm going to need you to make me a strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics check to make your way through the crowd unimpeded.
All right. Let's see here.
It looks like it's currently a parade. There's a number of these happening around the place.
All right. I'll go ahead and do the acrobatics check here first.
Okay.
So 13?
13?
Yeah.
Yes!
Okay.
Yes, 13 does it. So you step up and you make your way right through a crowd. There is a parade currently, and what you can see looking down the street is there's some adventurers that look like they've chained up this green drake that is on this wooden platform that is pulling through this section of the street at this moment as you burst out from the crowd and are in front of it.
All right. So there are some chains there?
There are some chains.
Okay.
They're currently holding down a creature.
Yep. Are there any weak points that I can see on the chains?
Do you want to take time to look real quick?
I'll take just like a second
menaces.
to
Terrible.
Give me an investigation check.
I'm very good at that.
You're not going to be dashing, but I've got a feeling that you're going to do them worse.
All right. That's going to be 11.
11. These look like sturdy chains.
Dang it.
But they are just chains.
They are just chains. Is this thing on a cart?
Get Grant to freeze him first.
So it's like a drake that is kind of splayed out on its belly, and just kind of tied down to a wooden board.
To a wooden board, and they're just kind of like walking with it, like a.
It's rolling. They've got
rolling?
yeah.
Okay. I'm
like
gonna pull out the javelin that I got from the painting, and I'm just gonna shove it in the spokes here and book it.
You're gonna shove it in the spokes. Yep. Okay.
Gonna see if this it might overturn the card.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Another athletics check.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. What
with advantage.
With advantage, all right.
Because you took the time to take a look, so I can imagine you can put it in with some sort of leverage.
Yep. All right. So that's gonna be a athletics, which is -1, so 12.
12.
Not
okay.
Great, but not bad.
See how it does. Okay, so you slam the javelin in, and immediately that wheel rolls up and cracks against the javelin. The javelin itself splits down into dust.
That's fine.
Like paint.
Yeah,
that's just falling apart.
Oh,
Cool.
Interesting.
But the damage is already done, and that wheel immediately begins rolling on its side, and that's going to be the complication for the guard that is after you. He stumbles into the way, sees a parade going around, everyone's looking at him, and there is a drake that is on a lopsided board.
Tilted
The
Drake.
Drake crits breaking out of its den!
We're gonna destroy this whole city.
The city hates
Public
us. We hate this
menaces.
city.
Oh my goodness.
You know how we need a group name? It's Public Menace.
Where are the menaces? Yeah.
Okay, so
Straight out of Comptonshire.
he is gonna dash because that's what makes sense for him to do. The dragon is not part of the chase. The Drake, it's not part of the chase, and thus it can make an opportunity attacks normally. So the guard runs right by as the Drake snaps.
Oh no. Just Godzilla, this thing. It's a rancor. Just.
You hear some crunching of metal, and a ton of yelling, and then a "Mommy, what's that?" from the crowd.
Oh no! You made it
you were right.
worse.
He's
He's
off the
it
table.
worse.
It's not even.
That's for you.
And as you look back, you can see, the Drake actually has bit into him and is crunching and ripping its teeth across his armor as several other guards and people are pulling him away. There's one guard left.
Two.
Oh yeah, the kobold. Right. He's not a guard. He's a new recruit.
Yes.
Just joined the force.
Yeah. Rookie kobold.
Do I go before or after the guards?
Because he hasn't gone yet.
He didn't go yet.
Oh yeah, so yes, it's you.
One thing, I'm going to keep an eye open for any water on the ground or sources of the water, kind of while we're
Yeah,
proceeding.
we're in the dock area.
Yeah, you're in the dock. There's several sources of water.
All right, so if we pass over a puddle, gonna give it the old
Ting.
cold hand while on the run here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, easy.
Turns it out.
You dip your weapon in. It freezes the puddle behind you. I didn't roll a complication for you. There is no complication.
Okay.
Perfect. Good. And are you just gonna keep on your way then?
Yes.
Cool. Then we've got the last guard who's coming at you. Let's see if there's a secondary complication. Okay. So you froze that water. You freeze it right as you then start descending stairs. So he'll make a check for the frozen water.
Who'd you fail?
No, he saves.
Oh,
He stumbles a bit,
Okay,
and
okay.
I rolled a crit, so he actually gets himself upright
Not good for him.
before he notices the stairs, and falls down the stairs.
Yeah! Full on.
He
Home Alone stuff.
is prone, and thus
Is this the kobold or is this our last?
that was just the guy. The
Alright.
kobold is the last one.
This new recruit is the hero of this.
Yeah.
He tried so hard. He came so far, but in
see.
the
You're the
end, it
cannon.
didn't matter.
He has no complication. He is going to try
This little
to.
guy.
He's going to try to go for you,
Kobold,
Grant. He's
man.
going to try to grapple you.
You can do it, little guy. Why am I
So,
rooting
yep, he's going to overtake, use a bonus action to attempt to
We all have
grapple
an
you.
underdog.
You are going to roll me an athletics check back, but instead of grappling him, you may try to trip, push, or shove.
Ooh. If I make it unarmed with the left hand, we're doing that, baby.
I like that. Yep.
Donk.
Little cock,
call
but
that, or-
mostly on 12.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be plus. Are we going to do athletics bonus or straight attack roll?
Athletics.
Athletics bonus. 1 second. That will be 12 plus 5, 17.
17 versus 15.
Yeah!
Oh!
You throw him off. You bring out your cold arm and clothesline the kobold just as he jumps for you.
You could say you gave him the cold shoulder.
And actually, you clothesline him, and as you do, you then keep running, and you feel a weight on your hand as his tongue is frozen for a moment to the back of your hand as he dragged and then dropped on the floor.
It's a sticky situation. I double dog dare you.
It takes less than about a minute or so once all this commotion, you've gotten away from your pursuers, and after about a minute you're able to regather and pick each other out from the crowd.
Yes.
And make your way down a street where there's much less commotion. And you now know and are able to recognize from context clues and some landmarks around the city, you're probably not too far from being back at early Greg's duplex.
All right. I vote we take it slow from here on in. What is going on?
Oh, not again!
We're going on break! We shall be back with more yet another adventuring party after this.
Hi guys, welcome to Creative Crits. Today we're going around Denver FanX 2021. There's a lot of really cool booths here that have all sorts of D&D and tabletop RPG related content. I am so excited to show you. Come on. We're here with Ruby from Dryad Tea. I saw this when we were going through the booths and I had to come over and check it out.
When I started my tea company, we had these tea infusers, and you'd put the tea infuser with the tea in your cup and the whole thing would go in, and you'd spend 5 minutes cussing at your teacup. And I was like, that's no fun. Nobody wants to actually do that. And I'm a nerd. We're all nerds. It's a thing. And I was like, what about dice? So that's kind of how that happened.
As a DM, I really like having like something hot to drink with, because you're like trying to do all these voices. Do you mind telling me about some of your tea blends?
So I started Dryad Tea in 2012. We're inspired by music, mythology, works of literary art, and general geekery, which includes D&D. And when I initially started, it was because I sang with a band called Pandora Celtica. And we needed personal products so that we could afford to pay ourselves when we were on the road singing, because music only pays so much. And so I came up with the tea idea. Worked with a few D&D groups to make custom blends for either their characters or their campaign.
Yeah.
So that's been really, really neat.
So where are you located?
I'm in Aurora, Colorado.
Aurora, Colorado?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a website that people can go to?
It's dryadtea.com.
Thank you so much for being on our show. And thank you for tuning in to Creative Crits. We're here with Ben from Summit Dice, which I think is some of the coolest dice that I've ever seen. Can you tell me about some of these dice?
These dice are very close to jewelry when compared to standard dice that you get at a gaming store. Most people I know that have played D&D for a very long time have a special character or campaign that's been running a very long time. And you know, after a while you become very attached to them and you want something special for them. So I aim to get people all of the dice necessary to enhance their setting, their character, and the fairness of their rules.
How do you make these dice?
Well, it starts in a CAD program, and I take inspiration from a lot of sources. So whether it's Googling cathedral windows or looking through game art books, after the CAD process is finished, I go through and I balance each of the internal faces. So that creates a wax pattern, which looks exactly like the die. So after that, molten metal is pushed into that cavity using a high pressure system. It's allowed to cool, the plaster is blasted away, the screws are chopped off, things are polished up, and you've got yourself some dice.
Every single one of these dice looks really unique. I've never seen dice like them. This one I really love because of how sharp the angles are. These are so cool. Thank you so much for spending the time doing this quick little interview. Thank you for tuning in to Creative Crits. See you next time.
Welcome back to yet another adventuring party on Creative Crits for the second half of our episode Through Fire and Frames. Which, yeah, you figured it out. You figured out the frames.
I didn't think of it.
Keep in mind that we are still doing a giveaway for 2 10D20s from Mithril Armory. We will be doing a vote for the funniest comment at 7:30, which will be selected by our Tinker Gnomes backstage. In the meantime, our adventurers are making their way up the street back to Early Gregory's duplex. You wearily make it up to the door, which is currently cocked and slightly forced in.
Yep.
Just like you remembered it, Johnny.
Oh, boy.
Did you forget how to open doors?
No, somebody else did.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Really, Greg.
Let me go ahead and just move this out of the way.
Just lift the door over.
We're going to need to get that fixed.
The regular, familiar, welcoming duplex of Early Gray's apartment is in all manners of disarray. His components are scattered and crushed into the carpet. Several of his wands have been broken and splintered and left on the ground. And you see Early Greg himself tied to a chair in the back that's currently propped up.
Still here. All right. I run over and pull out my dagger and just shink and untie his
Chair
gag.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy that went into the... I'm confused.
It appears as though we...
Yeah, no. It's okay. It's okay.
That's why he was so fresh with us.
Yeah.
I thought we were really
He was tied to the chair?
No, we aren't that kinky.
Where have you guys been?
I just untie his hands. Well, on the run, out of what appeared to be the any people,
You know those ruffians?
Yes.
They're old friends.
We're good friends with Trunch.
You were early to our first meeting with them.
I just want to say I don't know anything that's going on.
Oh my
For the record.
goodness.
All right, sit down. I'll fill everybody in. It seems to be that we've run into a bit of a merging of stories here. Starting out, before I got ejected from the painting.
Yes.
There was a bit of a kerfuffle with the Concoctians.
Okay, yeah.
They attacked, what was it, Brightsink? Goldsink. Goldsink, yes. Our friend Bree here's home. Oh, by the way, meet Bree.
Hello.
Camembert.
This is Bree.
I guess you're the real one or something?
He's the real deal.
What?
we...
Bree! As you're turned to see Early Greg for the first time, I want you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
3.
You are frightened. You are terrified as soon as you see the wizard hat and the long sort of robes and his kind of scraggly younger beard, but everything else fits. You've heard things like this with their long arms that hang down are the worst of any sort of figure that you could possibly encounter.
Bree, calm down.
He's on our side.
I know he's not that much to look at, but he's okay.
You brought one out. You brought.
Yeah.
How? How did you do that?
Oh, well, we got murdered by a goose.
We got goosed.
You got goose.
Let's back it up just a little bit more here because you guys need to know what was happening outside while you were inside.
Okay, good
and
point.
then you can tell us what happened to you guys while we were.
Oh, you are caught up.
Yeah, okay.
This is too much.
That's pretty much
There
it.
was a
too
goose.
We got
I
murdered.
get
attacked
it.
you.
This is
Well,
too
you got
much.
it. So the boot was the on the
Calm
head
down,
of the
Brady.
goose.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Dynamite. Yeah, let me catch you up at least with what's happened. I remember you all getting the supplies that you asked for me for Gold Sink.
Right.
And
We went in the gold sink.
you took it. You took it in.
off the concoctions successfully.
Yes. As soon as you left, there was a knock at the door. So I came back up the stairs, entered the apartment, crossed the room, and went to go answer it. And that's when this extremely nice gentleman opened the door. I opened the door to. He wanted me to offer these very fancy robes. He said that they would do wonders for any sort of mishaps that regularly happen during training. And I thought, well, I've already burned through 3 pairs of robes this month, so of course, yeah, it's a great idea. I let him come in, and I offered him some tea. We talked for a little while. He asked me what I like doing. I told him that I'm a wizard that's spending his time at the university, mostly trying to
Stay on task here.
get my tradition figured out. Oh, right. He asked me specifically if he had seen any of you, and so I thought, interesting. I said no, of course.
Right. That seemed sort of suspicious.
At first.
Oh.
Oh dear.
So when I offered to pay for the robes, he had some of his associates come in to deliver them, and when they did, they tied me up, started thrashing me about. That's shortly after you arrived,
That's
Johnny.
Right when I came in, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know it was happening at the time.
I heard something upstairs, so I came out, and they were after you.
And
they tied you up, they gagged you, they grabbed the suitcase and booked it.
I didn't have time to grab my focus, my implements.
I tried to fend them off. I didn't have any spells left.
No, it was hard enough watching you slumped against the wall, Johnny, like that. I
woke up shortly after and started chasing what was essentially you guys at that point, and inside the suitcase.
I wish it was shortly after. They had at least an hour with me.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Early.
I didn't break contract. I didn't tell him. He found it.
I believe after they made off with the suitcase, that's when you all were ejected.
Yes. So, but they made off with it.
Oh yeah, no, we're
Is it still in there?
actually on that note. I'm gonna just pop my head in to see if any faces come back out the painting yet.
So you pop in and look. There's no one there.
All right.
But this is the first time that you've taken a look head on back at the painting since you've gotten away. When you look in at the painting, you notice its frame. Typically, it had those fronds, those petals of paint spilling outward and kind of coalescing around the frame. All of the paint on the bottom corner has been scraped away in a massive, clean cut.
Ooh, yeah.
Problems?
Gonna just
You
Wait, okay?
You turn the suitcase at them.
yeah.
You're looking down the stairs, and you can see
Oh.
a great
I
amount of
believe
detail to the frame missing.
any face might be making some renovations.
No, he asked me. He asked me how it works. I had to say something.
What happened? What did you tell him?
What's he gonna do to my home?
I told him it's a place that I just regularly go in for reagents and stuff if I need a fun little, spot.
Is that the same corner that he pulled off the mint green for gold zinc?
It is not.
Oh, thank goodness.
It is a different corner entirely.
Well, the good news is,
Blue.
it seems like gold zinc is still intact.
The good news is I'm still mayor.
He has
No,
every.
I'm not from Gold Sink, right?
Oh.
That is true. Bree is not from...
I apologize.
She was fired into Gold Sink.
Yeah, we found this out after you left. We had all assumed it was kind of like a little bit not cool.
A little bit awkward,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, it's just like you think that, Baldurians are from Baldur and, Wintercrestians are from Wintercrest and all of that stuff. It's fine. It's fine.
Like Warforged are from Eberron.
Exactly.
Anyway, it makes sense that he took that much, because I don't think he's coming back. He said that he was going to find you. At any cost. And he was going to remind you of why the Anywheres can be anyone. And why you'll be no one.
That fur gobbler stole his freaking rapier back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Well then, seems like
before you came to, he also sent his cohorts in.
Into the painting?
Yes, against my wishes. He just fed them random bits. I have no idea what's going to happen to those souls in there.
Well...
I mean, these guys were horrible, but...
If they make it back out, which it's very possible they might not.
If.
We could have a bit of a surprise waiting for them when they get back.
Yes. Okay, yeah, it's a good idea. I could be a bit more prepared. There's some wards, some glyphs.
This isn't just about when they come back. This is about what they're doing in there right now.
Agreed.
Who are they hurting? What are they going to try to do?
Is there
I need to go back. I need to help.
Is there any way that we can observe the changes to the painting from the outside?
It's practically impossible. You're never seeing just the painting. You're never actually seeing what's happening in the painting. We're seeing the other side. You're seeing the landscape. Not any of the substance.
All right.
The only way would be to go in there yourself and find out, but... One, how are you going to find them? And two, what's this thing about Concoctia and a goose?
So, there seems to be a bit of a, I wouldn't say necessarily a dictatorship, but more of a enforced monarchy.
Yeah.
The Concoctians are in charge.
Emperor Devile, I'm familiar with him.
Right. So they decided that they were going to attack Goldsink. We held them off. He respected that, apparently, and then contracted you guys to go and take out a giant goose?
Well, they didn't call it a giant goose, but yes, it was a large goose with a boot on its head, and the goose turns out good guy. The boot,
not so much.
Less good guy.
What happened to the goose?
It
pounded them.
Mostly okay.
Oh,
well,
thank goodness.
Actually, that is my concern currently. We may have told Anyface guy about the goose, and he may hurt Goose.
Goose may hurt him.
Well, first I must clearly apologize. That's my goose.
That's your goose.
Yes.
That's your monster?
He's my familiar. He's just a goose.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly.
Massive amount of land and killed a lot of silverware and Concoctians and porcelainians and more, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness. Well, you see why I don't go in there so often anymore. Every time I have, I mess something up, and I thought he might have just gotten lost somewhere around here or around the property, but this makes so much sense.
Bree, we tried.
No, his name is Humphrey. He's my familiar.
If he's your familiar, couldn't you summon him from the other plane?
I've tried.
What happens?
I thought he just had disbound with me. That what we had was done. Honestly, I've been very heartbroken over it the past few weeks.
It's got to be that boot.
It's the boot.
We got to get the boot off.
Yeah.
I told you, boot bad.
It's a boot?
I just said bad.
It's a boot on the goose?
There was a giant, according to them, there was a giant metal boot on its head.
That's horrible.
Why are you laughing? What's so funny?
I'm sorry. It's a metal boot.
Yes. Like it.
Oh, it's just a little cute thinking about Humphrey with a boot on his head, but
it is
but
not
no,
cute. I can assure you.
All right.
Yes. So he hasn't come back to me, which means he must be stuck.
All right.
He must be stuck. That's what it is.
Exactly.
He's been stuck in the painting.
Right. And stuck with the boot on his head, if we can get the boot off, then you could summon him again.
Perhaps. He's probably spent too long in there already. We'll have to reintroduce reality somehow into him. I've got something. Early Greg stands up, holds his back, not remembering that he was just beaten quite a bit. And he goes over to one of his bookshelves and starts scrounging around until he brings out a little pouch and pulls a silvery bead from it. Okay, I don't have many of these, and don't tell anyone that I use this. If you're able to feed this bead to him, it should be able to banish him back to here, and that should fix things. But obviously, if he's got a boot stuck on his head, he's not going to be able to eat it, so yes. Get the boot off, feed this to him, and get Humphrey back. He likes being sung to. If you could compliment him, it usually calms him down.
Yeah. Mr. Gregg, I have some other things to discuss.
Yes.
I've been experiencing some changes lately, and it's been very uncomfortable for me. I desired food, specifically ginger, and I can smell now that I'm out of the painting. And also, I feel that the boot is not a friend.
That's new.
Probably not.
Consider a friend.
Humphrey is my friend. I don't know anything about the boot.
No, the goose is fine. It's the boot that's evil.
Frankly,
Not friends.
I'm not so surprised by this. The times that I did spend any extended time in Pentiment, I, after a while, started having a heightened sense of color and of scent as well. Oh. You're just coming up from the base, I assume, but strange for one of your make. How does it feel?
I hate it, but I can't get rid of it, and for some reason, the thought of consuming things makes me think I'll be happy, but then as soon as I do, it makes me kind of empty.
Oh my goodness, you really are becoming alive, aren't you?
I don't know.
And what about you? He says, looking down at Bree.
What about me?
Listen, please, I know your people have a very horrible stigma with wizards.
Yeah. Is that what you're called?
That is what usually what we're called. Not all the time. It's complicated.
He's in training. I'm
in training, yeah.
In training to be a monster. Got it.
I never meant for Humphrey to be left there, especially not if he's now in such a horrible state where he's wrecking the countryside. Just bring him back. Bring him back, and maybe we could figure out a way to set this all right. Including having you sent back. I'm quite concerned with the fact that you were able to bring one of their silverware here.
It wasn't intentional, to be fair. Your goose kind of did it.
No. We've tried intentional ways, and I don't know how you managed it. But Humphrey does find his way into trouble. I hadn't. Well then, Bree, I will extend the exact same invitation. Contract or not, I don't give a damn anymore. If you need to rest here at times, do so, but try not to linger. Who knows what'll happen to you if you get a bit too much realism in your life.
Depression, usually.
Great. Just perfect.
Anyway,
Can I go home now?
You've just come from the painting?
It's more or less. About an hour, according to what you guys are, about an hour.
Dominic, I'm sorry, no. Johnny, I would give it a few more hours. You take a good long rest. I'm going to try to make sure that wards are put in place and that I can maybe think about relocating us.
Quick point of order. We seem to be wanted for arson. Might also murder, maybe murder too now.
Arson again?
Yeah, I know.
We didn't burn anything down. It was the.
Oh no, that was us. Entirely, Bray. It's not.
No.
Oh no.
No, it was. I mean, it wasn't us, but they thought it was us. Same thing happened here, actually. We didn't set the building on fire. We were just there when it got.
We have terrible luck when it comes to fire.
I'm so lost in every
So
sense of
what
the
burned
word.
down?
Huh? There was a warehouse where Any Face and His Anywheres had a little hideout
Oh.
underground.
Oh, well, that's just desserts then. Good. That's what they get. That's what they deserve. They break into my place, snap my wands, steal my suitcase. You get your house burned down.
Yeah. And anything kind of popping up a little strange about Magman?
Magmen. You mean like fire elementals?
Yeah, those guys.
They're regularly used by spellcasters, yes. I've tampered with them a few times myself.
Were there any spellcasters in the party? I'm trying to remember if there were any spellcasters in Any Face's party.
No, they were mostly our martial adventurers.
So there's 2 fires now that seem to have been caused by moving fire, and
that we didn't do.
That we didn't do.
At least we didn't do. We're not sure about
the people who are suffering from that particular fire didn't do. There's somebody summoning magmen around town trying to burn places up.
Well then, if that's true, I'll be sure to try to detect for any sort of elementals, anything that might be conjured around the area.
Definitely, I would maybe think about putting up, while you're putting up wards, maybe put up some wards against the elementals around the vicinity, just in case they decide to come back here.
Oh, one last thing.
What is that? What happened to your hand?
I'm not sure exactly. It looks like he dipped it in blue
It's
paint.
very cold now.
Yeah.
Immediately takes out a magnifying glass, brings her hand, and casts this light cantrip.
It tastes normal.
It's like part of your actual skin. There's
Right. It's not paint. It's no longer any sort of substance upon it. One moment here, and I pull out just like a little tiny bit of like acetone.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna take like one of the fingernails, like I'm removing nail polish, and like drip it on there, rub a cotton ball over it, and see does any of it come off.
None of it comes off.
No, that's definitely a skin. It's definitely not any sort of pigment. No.
Yeah. After.
How did that happen?
After we got goosed, I encountered a being of like pure energy, and I high-fived him.
Why? Why would that be your first reaction?
That's always his first
It's
reaction.
Grant. Come on.
It's actually how we met.
Well, you're still alive. Pretty cool. Ow!
Really?
Yeah. Some.
I think I twisted my wrist. Not now, but during the ordeal.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that would
good.
make
Okay, good.
sense.
That's
Yeah.
right. Now I take a look. Does it look like it's frostbitten?
Yeah, no, there's a bit of frost on it, yes, but mostly it looks sprained and swollen.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take a bandage out and just kind of like wrap it a little bit. And...
So you're able to help alleviate Early Gregory his some wounds. At this point,
tennis elbow.
you guys can take a short or a long rest, whichever you would prefer.
Long.
Yes.
Nice long rest, please.
Concerns are if anyone's out searching for you. So Greg says that he'll take some time to walk the streets to hear if there's any sort of rumors. As there's a huge focus on the amount of parades that are happening today, it doesn't seem like there has been any highlighted cause of concern caused by your actions. However, you know you committed some crimes. And you're suspected for another big one.
It doesn't feel good.
We don't have our bless anymore, correct?
No, you don't have your bless.
All right, let's see here. I'm trying to find the spot for long rest.
Bree, would you like to rest with me? Not in that way. I don't even really know what that means.
Neither do I.
Anyway, I just stick her in some cheese.
You're stuck in cheese, and wow, this is the nicest bed you've ever been in.
I'm not gonna complain about this one. This is the best thing that's happened since I got here.
And in fact,
honestly,
when you're stabbed into the cheese, that feeling of like depersonalization of the world around you, the coldness is uncaring. Right as you sink into the cheese, you can tell that the cheese at least is cheese. And you have some relief that's able to coax your mind into some
cheese here is
rest
cheese
throughout the
And the
night.
cheese stands alone.
The cheese
There's
stands
cheese
alone.
here.
So, yes, everyone can long rest, and
Gotta figure out how to do that on the website.
it would be probably in the middle of the night when you all wake up and early Greg's
I'm just gonna off mode stare at a wall.
set up the painting once again. Yep, you're off mode, set up the wall. Oh, that's a good point. Please give me a perception check.
Oh. That is a 14.
Hey,
14. So you're there. Cheese. Brie is in the cheese. And as you're just staring at the wall, suddenly the wall, you see it vibrate a bit as you hear something slam. And then some muffled cursing happening up above, the second floor of the duplex apartment, the other apartment.
Right. Yeah, the person who's learning from.
At which point you can then hear something hard hit the ceiling above you and roll along the floor before it's picked up. And it's quiet the rest of the night.
I just want to say that I appreciate how much this is a reflection of millennial life. Living in a duplex with loud neighbors, can't find a job you're qualified for, you know, all this.
So relatable.
Yeah.
So relatable.
It's almost like he's drawing from experience.
Almost as though.
Escaping into a magical world where you're good at things.
Yeah, what's the point of that?
Except unless.
So, is there anything else you're wanting to do before you go back into Pentiment?
I'm going to find some scrap metal and lay down some physical booby traps in case the magical ones don't work.
Okay, sure, awesome.
And so it's going to be a secret button on the side of the briefcase. That if you don't push the secret button as you lift the lid, and I'm going to show everybody the secret button. If you don't push the secret button as you lift the lid, it's going to spew fire at you.
Oh, so it's like
But not
right
at the
in the
painting,
suitcase,
right?
right where the lip
No,
is,
not at the
basically.
painting. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Painting is safe.
That makes
I was going
sense.
to say, so as you got the suitcase here, there's a secret button, and you push the secret button and lift it up. If you don't push the secret button when you lift it up, you get sprayed with fire.
So what if you're in the suitcase trying to get out and you don't push the button?
It's specifically the pressure from lifting it. So if you're in the suitcase and you push upwards, good.
You get a cool ring of fire around you as you emerge.
Okay, so maybe not a secret button.
Or just put a button on the inside.
Yeah, there's a button on the inside as well.
There's a button on the inside as well.
So we'll have the button.
If you don't press that, it switches around and fires it.
2 buttons.
No fire from the inside.
Okay.
So but it is one of those things where it's like a couple of inches.
Oh, so if you don't press it, then it's assumed there's a delay. They get out, then they get hit with fire.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it. Do some tinkering for me.
All right.
Spend some time during the night.
I'm good at that.
Yeah.
I would like to...
In intelligence tinker tools.
All right.
Oh, sorry. It's still your turn.
So that is going to be a 15.
15. Awesome. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna set that up with 2d8 for the fire.
Nice.
Not bad.
2d8 fire.
Not bad.
Nice.
Now I have a Pokeball that blows fire.
All right. Sable, you were saying?
I would like to write a song for Harold the Goose. Harold the Goose?
Humphrey.
Humphrey the Goose. Yeah, I'm going to write a song for Humphrey the Goose. I'm not going to reveal what it is.
Okay. Awesome.
But yeah, but that's...
Spend your time
that's where
writing
I'm
a
gonna spend my
song.
time.
Grant, you doing anything with
I
the hand
am
of yours?
asleep, in the chair we were all sitting in when we were talking.
Out of it
Yeah.
for a solid 8 hours, and you
What happens if
groggily
he, like-
wake up and it's right on time.
What happens if he, like, touches himself with his hand? Not in that way. Like, brushes up against his face or something.
Well, he has resistance to cold damage.
Oh, okay.
He has resistance to whatever damage it does.
Yeah.
Which, that's a good point. it will be the next day when we're entering into the painting, or at least it's going to be that night. So, Grant, roll me a d8.
8.
Really?
Yes, really.
Ooh.
It's always interesting when you roll the 1 or the 8, like the maximum either side of the die. It's like, what? Which one's weirder?
Wild magic, man.
Okay. You are... Your blue hand starts having marbling of yellow going through it. You are going to be resistant to lightning for this day.
Nice.
That's really cool.
There's this crackling energy but under your fingertips and anywhere you pass your left hand. Do we want to enter the painting?
Yes,
I say
please.
we're ready.
All right.
Let's do this.
You know the rules. You get in place. You press the right button this time. Everyone's aware of that. You go down. You take a small sample of that lime green, except going a little further towards yellow this time, because you don't want to go exactly where you were before. We're gonna. Early Greg looks flabbergasted for a moment. Going,
I've got it. So we're gonna take Bree and we're gonna take her paint chip, and as I pop mine in my mouth, I'm gonna smear it over the edge of the knife.
Sure, let's see if that works.
Spread it on.
Let's see if that works.
Spread it on like butter.
All right, everyone that ingests the paint, please except Bree. Give me a charisma save.
1 sec.
Oh gosh, all right, who do you want first?
18.
18, cool.
17?
17.
9.
9.
Person with probably the highest bonus on it gets the lowest roll, of course.
All right.
Yes, rolling on our beautiful...
You swallow the paint as all the color from your body courses through you, leaving nothing but empty white, and builds up in your mouth, and your body then flips into the color in your mouth as you disappear. You slam right out of the ground that you had been pressed into the muck of destruction that you fought the goose. Looking about you, it is currently nighttime. There is a line of torches about, and you can see that the Concoctian line that had been holding the goose back before you left has been shattered. Their barricades have been broken. Several Concoctians are wounded on the field, and others are going about basically getting things back in order. And immediately as you lift yourselves up out of the ground, there is a call from one of the Concoctian guards as they're pointing over at you. Some Concoctians rush out and help pull you out of the muck.
Are these the good guys now, or what?
We thought you were dead.
Yeah.
Did Bree make it through?
Yes, Bree did make it through. No problem.
Bree, you're big.
Home. Yes, and you guys are the right size again.
Yeah, back to his full cheese knife.
So it's nighttime?
Yes.
All right, goggles down, cast light on the lens.
That the Concoctian guard is surprised and astonished, but brings out a piece of paper. Unfortunately, many other casualties were taken once the beast broke through you and attacked the general line. We were able to fight it off, but it has since fled.
Where at?
That way. As he points the other way, and you can see just through the canyon, just a carved way that looks like a goose would have just squeezed its way through.
Let's go get Humphrey.
So, any other problems that you've been having potentially?
Any news?
Well, I had a ton of problems once I thought you were all dead. What was I going to tell? What am I going to tell my superiors?
Any other figures rolling around, hanging out? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
No!
No.
You're the only figures anyone's seen in ever!
Good. Good.
I wish that was true.
No, that's fine, break. We're just going to,
That's a we.
Anyway, are you going to pursue the beast or not?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
I didn't want to have to try to restrain you.
Oh, jeez.
No, you don't.
So, you,
Of the
turning away from the Concoctian line, going directly west, you start heading through destroyed landscape with toppled over trees and entire just landslide sections of these bluffs and cliffs.
I think Greg has the money to get this painting restored.
So.
Fragile now.
It is not hard to track the goose, as there are giant goose tracks in the ground. So you will continue that way for some time. Now, something else to keep in mind, when you arrive here, you also see in the Concoctian line, you can see your Epiphany engine there.
Yeah.
And Shams is still there, and he takes note of you. The thing is, there's no feasible way you could take your Epiphany engine through this destroyed terrain farther west. So it makes sense for you to head there on foot.
That's fair.
In which case, you begin following it for several hours. At which, as you're going west, the darkness of the night seems to just grow even more opaque as the night gets long. And it is not until you are walking along, following the tracks. Who's tracking right now? Who's basically paying attention to the giant footprints in the ground?
I'll lead the way.
All right.
I've got the spotlight.
Yep. So, Johnny, you've got your spotlight.
That checks.
You've been spending a few hours making your way until suddenly the tracks stop. And so does the ground you've been walking on.
Man, please.
In a perfect line. The ground goes from this mucked mud to pure white sands.
Whoa.
Spilling in dunes.
Whoa.
And it's at this point you can see the goose prints vanish
They fade away.
once it hits the desert.
Oh, this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Did you just honk like a goose? Oh, you're trying to call it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
I could probably amplify that.
go for it.
Let's do it.
Good idea. So you're going to be amplifying honk?
Yeah.
I'm going to need a survival check to try to
Track the goose.
find any evidence of its tracks.
All right, we're going to go for teeny dice. Oh, by the way, this table roll.
Oh!
That 19 was brought to you by C4.
Yeah!
All right. That is going to be plus stuff. So give me 1 second to pull up survival. Plus 3, so 21.
22.
22 total.
Wow. Okay. So you look around. There are no prints anywhere, but you kind of get higher up on the ground so you can take a greater look around. You can see that the dunes here, how they've naturally been kind of flowing, has completely been disturbed. They've kind of resettled once again back to looking like dunes, but their pattern is off. And you can clearly see where it looks like sand has spilled into where more pressure was placed, and where a large beast might have made its way through.
All right, I'm going to take that reading on my compass.
Yep.
On the back of my hand. Get the lock on it, and say it looked like it headed off specifically this degree in this direction. And then I'm going to climb down from the cliffside and be like, we've got a heading.
All right. You begin trekking your way through the desert.
I've got the silver bead.
Mm-hmm.
You have the silver bead.
I'll take care of the silver bead.
After about another half hour moving through the sands, you notice something. So far, it's all just been sand, as well as a bit of the muck that the goose dragged in from the other side when it made its way in here. Grant, as you are getting up high and honking your echoes across the dunes,
Honk.
honk, honk, you suddenly see something move on the horizon. And you notice, actually, what looks like this lush vine growing in the middle of the desert, about 100 feet down from where you are. And you see one of its vines catch in the wind, and you swear it looks like it waved at you.
What are you waving at?
Come on.
Okay.
So
Does it look like it's off track from our heading?
It's in the same general direction.
Sure, why not? Let's go check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna slide down the dune towards it.
So you slide down the dune, you get a bit closer. Everyone at this point is about 70 feet when you can see more of this vine thing. It's just like growing directly out of the sands, and it's splayed almost like a starfish around it.
Is there any chance I know what this is?
Give me a history check.
Oh, okay, that's 19.
nice.
Nice.
So Bree, you immediately recognize what that thing is, and you go, "Oh no!"
Oh no.
Hold up, guys.
You know that is a type of ensnaring plant that is skilled at thievery, specifically. It's called a thievery. A mix between a shrubbery and thievery itself. And as you recognize this and you've now stepped closer, you go, "Oh no," and try to turn. And that is when whoever is holding the pouch with platinum pieces on it suddenly sees it ripped from their belt by a vine directly beneath them and pulled into the sand.
Gosh darn it.
Rude.
It took my money.
It then carries along as a ripple under the dunes going towards where the plant is. And the plant begins waving its arms.
Well, that's just rubbing it in.
Come on! It says.
That's a thievery.
Come on, I can
It
take
steals
you!
things.
I flip it off and I start walking around it.
We are going to enter initiative.
Really?
Yes! Yes, really!
Goodness.
Oh.
Yeah, no, not good.
14 for me.
18.
14, 18, okay. Bree?
7.
7.
Hey.
That would be a not 1 for me, so I go last.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And... Okay, sorry. 18, 14. 9. Okay, so it's going to be Sabel, Grant, Plant, Bree, Johnny.
Well,
Plant.
I like saying that.
I am gonna go ahead since it has given me the chance to. Grant, big boy.
Oh! Big boy time. Grant is enlarged.
And then
Here we go.
I am also going to give him 1 inspiration and tell him, go forth and do the thing you're best at, which is beat things up that do bad things? I don't know. Go.
Beat up the thief.
Very inspiring.
All right.
All right. So that was Sabel. Then it's going to be Grant.
Yep. I'm gonna go tune this. Let's go tune up this plant.
All right. It is currently 70 feet away from you.
What's my movement in large mode?
That's a good point.
I think it doubles your
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think it might give an extra 10 feet or something. Mm-hmm. Let's say that. Let's make your
Okay.
movement 40 feet while you're enlarged right now.
Okay. Well, then I'll start moving and chuck my giant javelin at it.
All right. Chuck your giant javelin.
Which is gonna be.
That's not an innuendo at all.
Not even a little bit. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Is it electrified? Which hand do you throw with?
Yeah.
That would be right. I think I'm gonna save. No, let's do it.
Okay.
Electric javelin. I'm activating my lightning power.
Does it have frost around it too, or is it just?
It's just lightning
just
now.
Okay.
And your hand has actually turned more yellow now than blue.
Cool. All right.
It's just metal covered, like.
Yeah!
That's gonna be a 24 to hit.
24
Whoa.
will hit
Yeah.
part of it. You throw the javelin, and as it's flying through the air, from the sand, a vine splits out of the ground as a reaction, right in the way of the javelin. The javelin's going to... Go ahead and roll damage first. So I know
That is gonna be 4. Oh wait, plus 5, so 9.
4 plus 5. Okay, so it brings up this vine that slows down your javelin just a bit, but it cuts through the vine and goes towards the greater plant. It is going to take... Okay. Got it. Yep, and it sinks in.
Zap, zap.
Haha.
Anything else?
Nope. I moved and I attacked, so I think we're good.
Okay. Then... The sand around this plant begins spilling in as it lifts itself up now, slightly, on these vinish legs. It shambles about 15 feet closer and plants itself down as there's a ripple underneath the sand and a vine starts coming right your way. That is going to be a 17 to hit you.
Not gonna do it.
It slaps right against your armor. What are you wearing on your armor?
Just the chainmail and then the shield. Like a shirt underneath, because chafing, in some specific areas.
Very sensitive.
Okay.
Areas.
Then it will use a bonus action. What's your passive perception?
Not great.
Yeah, I figured not. So it slaps against your armor, does nothing, and the vine pulls down before you can feel it snake up under your armor and rip your shirt right off of your body.
Oh, cold!
And bury it down into the sand.
That is a very violating act.
Yeah,
That is rude.
Oh!
You hear the plant immediately, as it lifts up his ripped shirt, go...
I've seen enough animated nudity to know where this is going.
Bree, it is your turn!
I am just so relieved that this time I can do things.
Yeah.
I would like to use my movement to get close enough to attack it and then start swinging away.
Okay, cool. How much is your movement?
30.
30.
It went 45?
It went 15.
Okay. So it's 45 away.
Yeah, it's 45 away at the moment.
Well, I can't throw myself anymore because I'm normal sized.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess I'll just mind sliver it.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, can I reach? I do have reach as a glaive.
Not enough reach, because it's still...
Yeah, no, I'm 5 short, you're right.
You guys are kind of rushing into this plant off the dunes as it's stealing stuff off of your bodies.
So, intelligence saving throw.
Okay. That is a 10.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Nice.
It takes 4 damage and the D4 minus the D4 to its next saving throw.
Okay, cool. Minus D4.
I can talk.
Johnny!
All right. So I am going to, as a bonus action, take my torch and tinderbox and light one of my javelins on fire.
Yes!
And
Okay.
then as an attack,
Yeah.
I'm going to rear back and I'm going to shout at it, "Yoink this, you thorny pinch person!" I'm going to chuck it right in the middle of this.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
All right. That's going to be
Nice!
19 plus... it's a throne, so that's going to be... let's see here. Dex.
And proficiency.
Yep, Dex and proficiency, so that is going to be +4, so 23 to hit.
23 hits.
Yeah, I was figuring that would probably
Yeah.
hit.
Solid.
And that's going to be, let's see here, Javelin is 1d6 -1 plus whatever the fire would be if it hits there.
I'll roll for some incidental fire. Oh, that's
Okay,
pretty good,
cool.
though. Yeah, roll the rest of your damage.
So 3 piercing damage.
Okay, nice.
And then whatever the fire damage was.
Awesome. Yeah, you are able to stick it, and it has a flaming javelin catching to part of the vine.
Yeah.
Now,
C4 Labs.
Now, the thing is that you notice is as it sinks into the vine, it doesn't immediately catch the rest of this thing on fire. As it is a vine-based creature, it has a lot of moisture in its body to burn through.
Worth a try.
So then, after that, it is going to be layer action.
Oh dear.
If everyone could please make a dexterity saving throw for me, as vines shoot out all around the ground.
Everybody likes the enemy having extra turns.
Hey, nat 20 for me.
Nice.
That is going to be a saving throw, you said?
Yes.
So that's going to be
14.
a 9.
9.
8 for me.
8. Okay. So if you got below a 12, you have failed.
Okay.
So. Please consult the third item in your inventory.
All right.
And label it stolen.
Great. I have.
I don't have to.
I am missing a dagger.
Would be my clothes, so it's going to be my amulet instead.
Okay, your amulet's taken off too. Man. You're getting stripped.
Very nude. In a desert.
Sabel, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on this thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give it a deeply disturbing song that is meant to remind it of the sound of a roaring fire coming towards it.
Okay. And it's what save? Wisdom?
Yeah.
I got a 9.
Does not happen. That would be. We should roll some damage then.
You should.
Get some dabblage in there.
So nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, we know.
5 damage.
About average.
Okay, another
yeah.
5.
But it needs to move away from me.
Well, a little bit below, but that's okay.
Oh, it has to immediately move away, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, then. It can only move 15 feet, so it will move 15 feet away.
Bye.
Come back!
Yeah. Hey, wait a minute.
Grant.
Well, I'm going to follow up to get close to it.
One more thing. I was going to give it some unsettling words.
Oh, okay, yeah, awesome.
On its next saving throw, it will have to minus an inspire die.
Oh, which is a d6?
Which is
Minus.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So minus D4 and minus D6
Yeah.
on its next.
And I'll just have some unsettling words for when it does do that.
Nice. Okay, cool. Then it is Grant.
All right. I'm going to whack it.
Yeah.
Oh,
So close. Just on a 19, landed on 3.
It was going to be a 19, landed on 3. I'm going to use my 1 session inspo. Let's do this.
Yeah! That's much better.
All right. So we're going to do 1d8 plus the d4 for large size. And I'm going to go ahead and do a smiting blow on this. So it's actually going to be,
Okay.
what was that, 3d8 altogether.
Yep.
So here's for 1. It's an 8, so we're going to double that damage on this one.
So, yep, so, oh, wait. For the ability I gave you?
Yeah.
Yep, so what happens is, yep, you get a full 8 damage, that's all lightning, and your color is going to switch to red.
Hey!
Roll another die, this is fire damage.
That's going to be another 8.
Doesn't stack.
All right.
Okay.
2 more.
So this is your smite, first smite. Holy! Okay, hold on. I gotta.
Yeah, we gotta do a test.
Okay, this is.
It might be interacting weird with the.
Something else
so
I need to clarify. It affects your. It changes your weapon damage die. So smite dice aren't affected for the rest.
Gotcha. So that's 4d8, so 36, 32.
32, yeah.
32 plus
32.
4, so 36 damage.
Okay, wow. Yeah, Oh, and it's slashing, isn't
Oh
it?
my
Yeah.
God,
You
that is
cleave
so-
a number of vines off. And as you do, you can see that they're like pumping items through the vines. And you start severing stuff as like people's socks and boots and other things start flying out. And there's not
That's
a lot
where
of
all
this
the
plant
socks
left.
go.
The plant is going to retaliate. He will try to hit you with a thorned vine. Ooh, 22 to hit you.
Yeah, that's got me.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna lose some health.
Oh, I rolled an 8 too. 12 piercing damage.
Ooh.
It makes its second vine attack.
Reduced by 6.
Oh, nice.
Says Bree.
Thank you.
Reduced by 6. No way it's hitting you.
On the second attack?
Yep, the second
Okay.
attack misses.
Oof.
Which means
12 would have been a real lick. That made a huge difference.
if it hits with its other attack, it was going to embrace you.
Okay.
Thorns,
This
so.
plant needs to learn about consent.
Yeah.
It really does.
Bree, it is your turn.
I'm going to really try to lay into this thing now that I'm close enough. So let's go for an attack roll. How's a 17 look?
17 looks like it hits.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
Get him, Bree.
And let's go for it. For a 10 damage.
Yeah. Yes.
And now I'm gonna action surge because I just I want to hit it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
This time
kicked
for
me
I know
off.
it's gonna hit because this time it's a 22.
Nice.
And that will be for another 10 damage.
Bree, describe to me how you chop up your vegetables.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that as Bree moves in, there's a vine that snakes towards them, and they cleave lengthways across it until they get into the middle, and then with the second attack, leap up and do like a spin stab down into the heart of this plant.
Nice. So yeah, you stab in and just cut the rest of it to bits. By the time you're into the second action swing, what you're carving into is just right at its roots. And it slumps over not alive anymore to any degree. Under its roots, in the middle of this, in the middle of the dune, you can see all the items that it had just taken from you, as well as some things like small animals that have been captured and died, like people's debris and some garbage. You recognize a pair of specters that are sitting in the debris.
I recognize them.
Yes, as magical specters.
Like not the ones that
No.
All right.
You notice some new spectacles.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna loot the body, I guess.
All right.
I pull out the spectacles. Can I find my purse in there as well? And just
You can find it.
Cool.
Get all our stuff
All right.
back.
These look interesting. Let's pull these off here. All right. These new spectacles that look strangely exactly like the old ones. But all right. These look interesting. I'm gonna take, I guess, the next 10 minutes and identify them.
Sure. You discover that these are eyes of minute seeing.
Eyes of minute seeing, eh?
They give you advantage on intelligence investigation checks that rely on sight while searching an area or studying an object.
Nice. Would have been handy a moment ago.
Yeah.
They are the frames and the lenses themselves are hexagonal sort of shaped. And they have this sort of pink tinge to them.
All right.
See.
I see if I can kind of tinker with them and put them on so that they just slide down on top of the ones that I already have.
Maybe if you build a strap, you'll get it working. You're gonna have to have multiple sets.
Yes.
But after you've slayed this and you're picking up your things from the sand, you then hear, over the quiet of the desert, a distant honk, honk, honk.
Humphrey! Humphrey, is that you?
Honk. You honk back. Honk, honk. You can hear it getting closer.
Are you trying to amplify through me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So before it comes out, my unsettling words are still caught in there, so it just comes out as, no matter how much you steal, you'll always be empty.
That's good.
And then I get
honk. So you hear, you honk back, and then you hear a closer honk.
Oh.
Then you hear something sort of in between those sounds, something even closer. A voice that goes, "Hey, get away from my farm, darn it! I'll fly you to hack your back, beast back!"
Who's this?
No, we don't know.
You start rushing up the dunes, and as you do, this area, the arid land becomes much more like a plateau and flattens out. And in the distance, you immediately see Humphrey the goose, boot on his head, rushing around trying to walk closer to where you are. And in between you and Humphrey is a farm. A regular-looking farm with a full humanoid man outside the farm with a pitchfork, brandishing it, standing 40 feet away, but still brandishing it at the goose. In the middle of this desert, this farm seems to be growing wheat, right between the sands.
I'm wondering if this desert isn't actually a desert.
I mean, we're in a painting.
I mean, like, right, but there was a section of the painting missing, remember?
True.
That we should probably take care of the goose first and then
Figure that out.
think about what
maybe we should
means.
redirect the goose away from the farmer.
Right, priorities.
The goose seems moments away from just crushing his house.
Okay, so we take the long route around and try and like
Beeline
angle it away from. So it only takes like the corner of the
Kite it.
farm, maybe.
Yep.
Kiting it.
He chases around the perimeter a bit as it gets a bit closer, and immediately as it gets closer, you can see it's had some cuts on it. It's been through a hole. Its feathers are all kind of just mucked up with the ground. It looks heavily fatigued and still quite terrified. Even as you honk out for it, it kind of honks back, but is afraid to keep moving in any sort of way without its head just swinging and slamming into things. And now you've prepared your song.
Oh boy. Okay. I hope he can hear me. But here it goes. Humphrey the goose, you're stuck in a boot. We want to help, but we don't know how. Humphrey the goose, you're stuck in a boot. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Humphrey the goose, stuck in a boot. We're coming for you and that goddamn boot.
Roll me a performance check.
Oh dear.
No.
Inspiration that.
Yeah.
May I
It's a little bit better than 7.
A little bit.
may I assist? I actually do have I'm proficient in singing.
Oh.
Oh,
Duet.
yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm like a singing saw.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
That's sort of the
In that case, roll with advantage.
One more roll.
Come on, baby.
That's a 25.
All right.
Yeah. I never thought that was going to come in handy.
Sabel's song begins mixing with the twang of Bree's instrumentation.
I would have gone more folksy, but
A little bit folksy, yeah. Humphrey ruffles his feathers a bit, skittish at first, but as you continue singing, he sits back down on his feet, splays out his feathers, and lets his head finally hit the ground with some rest, as the boot slams down onto the ground, sending a whole ripple through the air and sending the farmer chasing inside out of fear. At which point you can hear Gregory lightly... No, sorry, not Gregory. Humphrey.
Thank goodness. I was like, when did Gregory get in here?
Humphrey begins lightly snoring.
Aww.
The boot is laying down now, and the flap, the sole of the boot, it had been flipped open before during your last fight, and you can still see that it seems to be hanging on a hinge.
Open the flap, please.
You open the flap to see most of the entire inside of the boot. About halfway into the leg, that's where you see the goose's head finally sitting. Awake, but at rest, and still slightly concerned, for good reason. You lift open that flap, and you can see the entire inside of the boot is crackling with lightning.
Oh. Can I get that? Can I get the goose food?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You give him the silver bead.
Don't we have to take the boot off first, or it might interfere?
Well, I think it's keeping it from getting.
How do we get the boot off?
I mean, we could try and pull it off, or I could maybe make the boot sick. Is it possible to make?
Oh, I'm not lightning resistant anymore. That's
that's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're only fire resistant.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna continue to play the song down this boot corridor, so it's a nice, good resonance in there.
Calming
And,
resonance.
Going to
get a little
I mean,
twangy, but
So
I can get the pellet into the goose's mouth if it's open.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a small pellet.
Is the goose's mouth open? Is it resting with its mouth open?
only because how large it is. I mean, it's for you guys, it'd be impossible for it to be entirely closed. It's sort of like lightly open, but I mean, there's more than enough room to shove something in.
All right.
Johnny, what you're thinking is if you're trying to get the boot off, it's going to be stuck around the neck. That's how this goose got here in the first place. So whatever it's hung up in is probably at the very far end, right before once you get past its head.
Johnny, why don't you go check out the end of the boot?
I run around the outside of the boot and try to check underneath the segment there where it seems to be stuck.
Sure. Oh, nice. Those don't require attunement. Please give me an investigation check.
Hey,
advantage.
Perfect timing. Hey, something just became relevant.
All right.
We'll take that 6.
Yeah.
Plus investigation, which is actually quite high for me. I believe it is a. Hold on. Skills, investigation, +4.
20.
20. Dirty 20.
Wow. Okay, so you're looking closer at this part of the leg. During the fight, the first time with Humphrey, I forget if it was Bree or someone did an attack that specifically weakened the part around the neck. So you can already see some damage previously from when it had been attacked. And pulling that away is where you can see that there is, well, it seems to be a magical ring that contracts and extends itself in order to fit multiple shapes. And it seems like whatever spell is keeping this going is still going off intermittently, and it's jammed itself on Humphrey's neck.
Okay.
Could you give me a Dexterity Arcana check?
Dexterity Arcana. Okay.
Oh boy.
To carefully pry away some of these components to release it.
All right. Sure. And let's see here. Dexterity, general dexterity, and Arcana are going to be the same, so that works just.
I have a useful spell. I cannot believe it. I'm going to speak with animals.
Oh my goodness!
How long have you had that?
I forgot.
On brand. On brand. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can talk to
It makes sense.
Hey, buddy.
So you cast Speak with Animals?
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like you've been caught in here for a minute.
Who?
Hey, I want you to know, just we're taking a look. My companions here, they're taking a look at the part that's caught around your neck. Let's see if we can get you out of here so we can get you back to early Gregory. How does that?
I want to go home.
Yeah, that sound good? So, yeah, chill out. Everything's going to be okay. We'll get you out of here in a jiffy.
Roll with advantage. The goose will now stay exposed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm rolling with advantage because that sucked. I mean, not much better.
Inspo it.
Inspo it?
Yeah, let's all.
inspo it.
Inspo.
Blow the inspiration. All right, we're gonna do a different.
Oh my God.
Jeez, I'm not rolling well. That's an Arcana.
Yeah, Arcana, yep.
Yeah, Dex Arcana, so it's gonna be a 7.
7.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm trying to pry it off. Doesn't quite work.
So in that case, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Does it? All right. That's gonna be a 12.
12's not good enough. You are going to get shocked with 4 points of lightning damage.
Ew.
You just weren't quick enough trying to unset them. Now, though, however, you've tried one attempt, and you have successfully fully calmed down the goose. The goose now knows what's going on. So there's no threat of him thrashing about in the middle of doing this.
Can you tell?
So
me,
I will
I'm
allow
sorry
another check.
That my song wasn't getting that good. I'm
Maybe
nervous
I can
around the
help.
food.
I've got,
I think you did great.
Thank
I
you.
don't know,
It was a lot.
a blade.
A blade? Bree,
you can wedge me in. I
Bree,
don't
are
know.
you skilled with any tools, any artisan's tools or anything? Like blacksmith's tools or whatnot?
I think I'm technically supposed to be. No, I'm not. Just the musical instrument.
Okay, just a musical instrument.
But I've got a +2 in Arcana. I don't know. I can help.
I mean,
Yeah,
Johnny,
it's not really.
I'm thinking of a thing.
you could try to wedge yourself in and just snap the mechanism.
I'm willing to try.
I'd be willing to take the assistance in that particular method there.
Okay, yeah, sure. So what I'm gonna need then, if that's what you want to do, is an athletics check. Rolled with advantage because you're getting help with Johnny. He can get in there with Tinker's tools, help with leverage, everything else that you need.
Yep.
You are going to have to make a dex save for me if you're successful or failing at this.
All right.
Okay.
Because you're forcing it open.
So is she getting an advantage?
Yes.
Rolling with advantage. That was an 11. That's a 13. So that's athletics, which I'm proficient in. So that's an 18 in total.
18 that's what you need. That's going to
Okay.
split it open. Please give me dex saves.
All right.
Both of you.
Well, I'm definitely getting shocked.
That's
8.
better.
8.
I got a 13 plus 4, 17.
17. Okay. You succeed. You take half.
All right.
It is 8 lightning damage.
Oof. I take 4.
Johnny takes 4. And yes, the boot, the leg part immediately flexes as finally it is not hanging on the goose's neck, and it crumples into the sand as Humphrey slowly pulls his neck out and looks around at you.
Oh. All right. Humphrey, we've what, you can translate for me, right?
Yeah.
We've got a little treat for you down here.
All right.
Boop. Slip it into his mouth. Yep. He
Yep.
swallows it,
See you soon.
and you see him explode into like white sparks.
Is that
As they are
supposed to happen?
brought back together, and he's gone.
I assume
Is
that normal?
That's okay.
Yeah, that looked pretty magic.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume.
What? As the goose is gone, and behind him, you see a farmer with a big, what looks like a crossbow, like strapped to his arm, pointed at you.
Whoa.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, we got rid of the rampager, right? And it's gone, like for good. Like you shouldn't be able to run into it again.
Walk up
And
to
also, who are you?
Yeah, what are you doing with that many arms and legs?
walk
What are you doing with that many arms and legs?
We
asked
came
you
here
first.
on purpose. Are you here on purpose?
Wouldn't rightly say so, but I ain't going anywhere on purpose.
All right. Would you like to go back?
Hi, friend. Get up.
Back home?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, you want to stay here?
What'd you do to that giant beast?
we made it go back. We can do that. It didn't belong here.
Oh man, that's all you had to say. He says he puts his crossbow up.
I'm gonna move forward and give him a hug and say, "Hello, friend."
He hugs you back, slaps you on the back.
All right, pretty menial.
Wow, Warforged.
These days are tired.
Things are.
haven't seen one of you in years.
Me either.
Well, man, I don't get much visitors, and you just saved my house from a giant goose. Why don't you come on in, and I can get you something to drink. Maybe I can tell you how I got to these parts.
Yeah, I'm
Again,
parched.
who are you?
I'm
You a
Jonald.
figure? What's going on?
Jonald.
Name's Jonald.
Jonald.
Right.
So the names are all weird here too.
Nope, that's my normal
What do you
name.
mean?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This is where we will finish it off for tonight.
Hey!
To pick it up next time on yet another adventuring party. Thank you guys for all watching. We have our next game for Collad next Sunday.
Yes.
We also are going to, of course, have our convention game at Genghis Khan on the 25th of February. Be sure to be there. We'll be making the rounds. Subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Twitter, and
Instagram.
And TikTok.
Follow our Twitch and our TikTok, and there should be more
Everywhere,
giveaways coming from Mithril.
And there will be more giveaways coming.
And thank you C4 Labs for the mixed results on our rolls, but they all felt real good. I can tell you.
Tinker
that.
Gnomes, do we have a result for who won?
I think they're solving it back there.
Yep.
They will be getting in contact with us.
I believe the Tinker Gnomes are calculating the results as we speak.
Sounds good. And thank you all.
Thanks, team.
Thanks, team.
Have a great night.